Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Runelord Legacy, where we will be playing through Rise of the Runelords. But the caveat is we are playing through in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which is what we normally do here because Pathfinder 2nd Edition is the newest edition of Pathfinder. I'm your host with most, your GM, Jared. And as always, I'm joined by an amazing crew of players who woke up early this day or stayed up very late. Thank you very much, Michael and Ari, for staying up very late with us. But to tell you about who they are, what they're playing, what they're excited to do today, I'm going to toss it over to the amazing Dawn. How you doing this morning, Dawn?
Hi, folks. I'm doing good. I play Nexon, who is the gnome Stitch Witch of the party. And Nexon's a bit anxious about protecting Sandpoint from incoming dangers.
That's the right sentiment to have. Rain is on the same level. I'm Becca Godsey. I play Rain, R.L. Cease. And yes, there's a lot of panic of, can we get the people out? Can we be ready? Because danger is coming.
And hi, I'm Ari. I'm playing Scarlett, the elven cleric of the team. And Scarlett is more worried about not breaking a nail than anything else, as usual.
I was not ready for that.
Hi guys, my name is Michael, and the sentiment I just shared was Malvolo's. Malvolo is a human inventor who wants to be literally anywhere else right now. He also is a constructor of mechanical engineering marvels, such as Collodi, who is constructed. Yes, he is. It's definitely built. That's for sure.
He's definitely built differently. And of course, I have to give a huge shout out to this morning's sponsors, Hero Forge, for all the really cool miniatures, Sirenscape for the really cool sounds that you will definitely be hearing, collapsing and yelling of giants, and of course, Fantasy Grounds for letting us play on this really cool VTT virtual tabletop. And my players, thank you very much for being here this morning. Now, before we jump into it, I don't want to miss this because it came up last week and it was kind of important, but that is the player donations, and that is how you really affect the game. And it'll probably be very important today, truth be told. So player donations, for a $5 donation, you can award a player a hero point. And that allows the player to re-roll, or if they go down, they could spend their hero point to stand back up at 1 hit point. So that's always useful. For a $10 donation, you can give a player a Sin Boon, which is a magical power that we kind of just freeform chat about. Like, hey, I want to, open up a gateway to the astral plane, and we figure it out, but they get to use it. And it's based on one of the 7 deadly sins, which actually has a lot to do with this campaign. The Runelords are all based on one of the 7 deadly sins, such as gluttony and greed. For a donation of $20, and that's a lot, thank you very much for those who donate, you give a player or myself, a GM, a natural 20, and there's already a few of those on the board. I'm sitting on one myself, so I'm super excited. So instead of rolling, cash that in. I say I'm just going to use this nat 20, and you whatever I need to happen happens, or the player needs to happens for the most part. And of course, the grand and mythical boon donation, and that's $50. That's a lot. We appreciate it every time that pops up. But for $50, a mythical boon happens. So a magical item, a powerful NPC shows up. We got a few of those in the bag, which are fairly close to this town from Magnamar. And so I'm not saying that would help, but it might help. But yeah, and then once we reach $100, we have a boss battle, and that's an epic encounter. It could be, a Drake, which Rain and Marvolo and Nexon have handled. It could be a purple worm. It could be any magical thing that just kind of shows up angrily. So yeah, keep that in mind. But with that all said, allow me to jump into the game and give a very quick recap, because last week Mother Nature was a jerk and actually snowed me out from playing. which I don't think I've ever had happen. But yeah, 3 feet of snow will do that to you. So last time we played, Rain, Ari, and Cecilia had split away from the party. Nexon and Marvolo had started setting up preparations to protect the town. Rain, Nexon, Ari went around and were able to gain help from Sheriff Baylor. And Sheriff Baylor basically said, hey, if the... Yes, Ari?
Scarlet, not Ari.
Oh, sorry, Scarlet. I'm looking at you, and I'm like, yeah, it's totally Ari. Ari's part of the game. Sorry. No, Ari's actually jumped into the game now, and we're just going to stat you up real quick live on stream.
And she's very scared.
Yes. Sorry. Scarlet, we're able to kind of talk Baylor into saying, hey, if you could get the mayor to say to evacuate the citizens, I'm all for it. And they went to the mayor, they got the mayor, and as they were leaving the mayor's office, heading back to the sheriff's office, they were jumped by some of the gang members that they early on at like level 1 made an agreement with to play like an exorbitant amount of money for the theater that they never expected to ever have. They actually have the money, but they tried to talk their way out of it, turned into a bit of a kerfluffle. We'll call it a kerfluffle. And they actually won. They won that fight. It was a pretty hard fight, but they won it non-violently. They scared off the bad guys, which was pretty awesome. They were able then to get the town to have like a meeting. And at the meeting, through a use of fear tactics and diplomacy, they were able to convince the population to start to evacuate. As they were evacuating, Scarlet was heads off to find Marvolo and Nexon to alert them that like, hey, we got the town populace leaving. Whatever you're doing, you need to do it. Like, let's get it done. During that time, behind the scenes, Cecilia and Rain are heading out with the caravan. And that's kind of where we pick up at this point. Scarlet, you've headed over to Nexon and Marvolo to see them setting up plans and traps. You find them, you alert them, hey, we're getting most of the town out. The town is leaving. Some of the guards are staying back, but most of the guards are heading up with the caravan that is heading out and heading to the safe zones out in the forest, not the forest, the farmland area. That is where Rain and Cecilia are heading.
This is excellent news. Thank you, Scarlet. I noticed that you've brought someone with you. You said your name is Ari. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, but it is far too dangerous for you to remain here. I recommend that perhaps for now, maybe take shelter in the church, where we're still trying to evacuate as many people as we can.
And she's gone. She ran away.
Excellent. Well, yes. Scarlet, you need to stop bringing civilians into war zones. It's not.
No,
Yes.
but she seemed very cute and very clever and had a lot of charm, So I thought, why not?
Why not?
I have a question. Where can I walk here? Because it is like there's booby traps everywhere, and I'm afraid I will fall on a grenade or something. Where can I walk?
That is an excellent question.
Okay, listen, I'm good, but I'm not quite that good. I've only set up some rudimentary traps. There's no point in making the place secure from our ability to be able to react when they attack. Malvolo has come up with a few proposals, which I'm going to now list off. And Jared, simply say yay or nay. I do not mind if some of these just don't work out. So, first and foremost, let me see if I can actually do this. Because past Michael should have a map of Sandpoint ready. Actually, Jared, could you share the map of Sandpoint on Fantasy Grounds?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. That'll be much
I can
easier.
do that.
Okay, so Malvolo has taken some time to kind of take note of the surrounds. Now, to the north, there is a large set of gates that is the main road into town. There are also several small bridges. I want to set those bridges to explode. Mostly because what I want to do is I want to make sure that they use the main roads as opposed to coming in over the water. Or if they are coming in over the water, I want it to be as difficult as possible.
Okay, so you're very simple. We've done it numerous times, and give me a craft check.
All right, there we go. Cool. I'm also doing this from memory, Jared. All right, that is a 30.
Yes, so you're able to set up a number of like along the bridges. You're definitely able to set up a system of kind of like you need the plunger, and you go beep, and then they'll pop off.
Okay. So what I then suggest is that some of the larger buildings are likely going to be targets, things like the church, the theater, the sheriff's office. These are going to be places that they're going to try and get into because it's more centralized. So what I want to do is I want to set up a series of pit traps, just very simple pit traps, but I want them to be like kind of weight sensitive. So we could run on these platforms and be fine because of our size, but because these guys are giants, it won't support their weight.
Sure. Give me a craft check. If anyone would like to aid, Marvolo, you could do that.
Yeah, Nexon will definitely give Marvolo a hand, and she'll also like put down some thin red thread like over the pit so that we know like where it is to guide.
And
Not to
and
jump on
Scarlett,
those areas.
and Scarlett will just stand like this and tilt her head.
All right. So that was a 39 on my craft check.
And so as Marvolo, you're putting down these or having these pits created, as you kind of cover them up so that like they look normal. Next thing you put down red twine kind of running through them so that you guys will know what you're looking at, or you can alert someone and say like, hey, if you see red twine, don't run on it. You will die badly.
And the last thing I'd like to do, because there is, of course, potentially signs of a dragon, what I want to do, and again, this might completely not work, is I want to cover as many rooftops as I can in candle wax or tallow. Now the idea. Now the idea here is that if someone sets fire to candle wax or tallow, it should liquefy the wax, causing it to run off, creating yet another hazard, right? But at the same time, protecting the wood and stuff like that from the majority of damage, as it's the oil will burn rather than the actual wood.
Top of the building, yeah.
Yeah. So it obviously dragon flames. It might do absolutely bugger all, but at the same time, it might give us an edge. And then basically at the bottom, like where the gutters would be, I want to put down barrels. So during the battle, if the dragon is basically burning the rooftops and stuff like that, what we then have is barrels of molten wax that we can use as ammunition to huck at the giants. That's my last trap. So that's a doozy, but that's the last one.
All right.
I'm gonna draw on this map, by the way.
Oh yeah. Please do.
Okay.
If you need to draw up.
Well, it just seems easier if I go. These are where the traps are. Okay. So I've trapped that one there. Oh, did that go through? There you go. You can see that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that bridge is trapped. That
Do not go there.
That bridge is trapped. I'm gonna trap that bridge only because I feel like we should be responsible for the hoity-toity rich people over here at the very least. You know what? I might blow that up straight away. I won't even wait for people to go there. I'll just blow
They
it
get
up.
nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is the theater over here. So I would like to create pit traps, kind of here.
Mm-hmm.
This area here is the glassworks. So I'm gonna create some pit traps, just kind of there-ish, and then that's the barracks and the theater. Oh, sorry, the barracks and the... What's that, actually? I don't know what that is. There's the barracks. I don't know what this is.
Sorry, I'm looking at it too.
Yeah. And then this is where I'm expecting the main battle to take place. So I'm going to put, like, just a ton of pit traps, like, here. And...
Just as
There are
many as you
orange
got.
dots everywhere.
there we go. These are
All
where...
of them.
These are all the bad spots. Don't go here. So yeah, basically with the bridges out, this area should be the only source of entry, at least by my reckoning. Should be.
Right. And that's where a few of us had already gone out, right? That's our way back in.
Yeah.
Okay. At first I was wondering, like, how am I supposed to get back into the fort?
Malvolo! Damn it,
What
I
am
forgot.
I supposed to do?
I forgot about
Waving
them.
outside.
I forgot about them. Rain, don't worry, we're gonna send a boat. Oh, also I'm gonna booby trap the boats. I'm gonna put explosives on like a bunch of boats.
On a bunch of boats.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a check, please.
1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Let's get ready for this.
Yeah, apparently that's what we're doing.
Oh no, I got a 2, but that's still a 22.
That's still a 22. So you could booby trap some of the boats.
Yeah.
Nexon, are you gonna? So Nexon's kind of like going along with you. I feel like Nexon is the voice of reason, or more of the voice of like maybe we should mark which boats are explodey boats.
But then
Yeah,
people will know that those are the
but if yes, but if people need to like flee, they probably don't want to flee in a exploding boat.
I have never had to worry
Yeah.
about collateral damage before. Most of the time, we set the traps and we just leave. But I suppose, seeing as we're going to be here and fighting, it probably would be better if the soldiers didn't explode on their own ships.
Yeah, and you know, I also don't want to jump into a boat and then have it explode out in the middle of the water.
Yes, this is sensible.
It makes sense. It checks with me. So
Oh my
Nexon, can you give me how are you marking these boats? Are you just putting like red paint, or are you you're doing anything specific, like just writing danger in hopes that the giants don't speak?
So I'll put a like on the rope that's tying the boat up.
Mhm,
I'll
mhm.
put like a little red ribbon on there.
Got it. Okay, so we're going with the color red, like danger red. Got it.
Yeah.
I feel like can you give me a craft check,
Yes.
please and thank you. I feel like I'm being rude this morning. Just like give it to me.
Oh, you're fine.
Awesome.
28.
Awesome. So I'm gonna say everyone, it's gonna be fairly easy if you know Nexon, right? Scarlet, you're kind of going along with them, like double checking, double seeing what's being made. Rain, when you kind of come back to town, it'll be fairly easy for you to spot the stuff because Nexon is putting her specific like bow. Like when she makes a bow, it's kind of like her fingerprint. So you could spot, you'll be like, oh, I see that either is good or bad, but maybe I shouldn't touch it.
Know what that is.
Yeah. So you'll be able to kind of like see what's going on before it hits.
Okay.
And then that'll also give you the opportunity to kind of say something if you're moving with people. You're like, oh, watch out for the red bows or avoid the red strings. Yeah. Sorry, just wanted to touch base on that so that we have, as a GM, I have it, and then if you got just want to make sure everyone's in the loop, so I don't pull any fast ones on anyone. Be like, oh, well, you didn't know. Okay, so Marvolo has kind of like created waxy roofs, as many as he can. I feel like at this point, like Kalodi was walking around, and Marvolo had turned Kalodi into almost like a fire hose, where like he would just open his mouth and just hose, like Ghostbuster 2 slime everywhere. Yeah. So as Scarlet and Nexon and Marvolo, you're doing this, right? You're also moving with a small platoon of people. You have about 10 guards. These are well trained. They can handle themselves. You're not 100% sure whether or not they can handle themselves against giants or dragons. These are like, they could definitely handle themselves against town ruffians, maybe a few like thugs. More than that, you're not 100% sure, but you got 10 of them. So that's a positive. So as you're working and doing all of this, the townsfolk, you could see them kind of evacuating, and much of the town has become emptied out. You do see stragglers throughout the town, running, kind of avoiding you, which is a weird thing. It seems like they don't want to be seen, or you have yet to see any kind of looting or any kind of anarchy at this point, which is good. As that is happening, we now shift parameters over to Rain. Rain, you're leading the group out. Mayor Kendricks is moving along with you, just chatting you and Cecilia up. Cecilia's kind of like taking point at this point, telling the people where to go and how to track, following you and her having that time last season to kind of expand your senses on how to track and how to move in the wild. So the mayor, concern, is more or less rambling, just talking to you about every little thing, just like, oh, what plant is that? What tree is that? What do you think we're gonna have a good harvest this year? So it's just arbitrary stuff. You could see she is very worried. As you're getting further and further out, she kind of seems a bit concerned, and then she gets very quiet for a few moments.
Is everything all right?
Well, I don't know. I'm concerned that our town is cursed, that there is a blight upon us that we'll never be able to be rid of.
Well, we have had just a whole spell of bad luck, certainly. Perhaps with this particular event, maybe we'll find something that is drawing all of this bad energy. Maybe this will be our opportunity to really check the town for everything while everyone's safe and far away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the town itself isn't bad luck. It's just a rough location.
GM, at this point, Cecilia has been... where is Cecilia?
She's up with kind of like ahead of the caravan. She's moved up maybe a yard or two. She's not like out of sight.
I'll just say that I said, don't worry, we have Cecilia who is cursed as well, so since two positive can stand each other, the curse probably cancel each other out, so you're good.
By curse, she means just really, really unlucky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Good save. Okay.
I like that.
Rain will do like a quick aside with Scarlet, like, they may not be ready for that kind of knowledge yet. Maybe later once they're back home and feeling safe and not feeling like they have to follow a vampire.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. We'll tell them later. We'll let Cecilia tell them later.
Yeah,
It'll be
we'll let
fine.
Cecilia handle that. That's her
Yes.
problem. Yeah,
That's a
sure.
great idea, dear. I love that. Yeah, it's her problem.
Yeah.
For a different time. But yes.
Okay.
Then she'll turn back to the mayor. We're good. We're just strategizing, right? And she'll bump you a little on the shoulder, right?
Right. Everything is great.
And Rain has this very pasted, stretched smile on her moose face. Everything is fine.
We're okay. We're okay. Everything's okay.
Nothing's wrong here. No one's a vampire.
As she looks and kind of realizes that you guys are like just trying to cheer each other up and not be shady, she goes, I completely forgot in all the panic. Please give me a moment. And she heads into the cart. She like climbs over a few things and heads into the back of the car, and you could hear her rummaging around. And she kind of pops her head out to the front of the cart with you, Rain, where you're kind of like driving the cart. And she goes, the townsfolk collected as much as we could. And we wanted to give this to you in case it would be of use. I opened up the family heirlooms. Wealthier families gave us goods that they had, and here. And she hands you a small chest. It's not a big chest, right? It's more of like a footlocker than anything else. So it's not huge. Yeah. And then you open it up, and inside is a number of very valuable items. There is a pendant, a ring, very finely crafted armor for your arms, for your forearms, and a very nice belt.
You mean they didn't make moose armor? Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I hope this helps you and your group defend our village. It's the least we could do.
Oh my gosh. No. You if this is your city's valuables, I would hate to take them from you.
Without a city, they won't be valuable. So please, if they can aid you in anything, we would all like you to have them.
Thank you. We will use them to make sure that we protect the city, and then we'll make sure you have a home to come back to. And she'll give the small chest over to Scarlet. Go ahead and pick out a few things then.
Me?
Yeah. I mean, we're heading back soon. After we drop them off, we'll need to be prepared probably right away, and we never know what we're going to run into. So, if you want, you can take a few pick of things. Right, Mayor? That's your intention.
Yes. It would be very useful for you guys to have this.
Yeah. Plus, Scarlet, I know you have particular taste, so see what matches your outfit best.
Okay, sure.
As the two of you are like working on the cart and just trying to, Scarlet's like rummaging through, looking through all the new fancy shiny baubles. Cecilia comes running up and looks deadly at you, Rain. Scarlet. She goes, there seems to be an issue up ahead.
An issue? What do you mean an issue? And she's gonna like pull her over to the side and grab Scarlet as well. Like, what do you mean an issue?
As I was up ahead tracking, I noticed a lot of footprints coming through the farmlands. Very large, giant-like footprints.
Oh no.
Here,
I
come
know.
with me. And she kind of pulls you off the cart.
Mm-hmm.
And
We'll be right back.
as you kind of move forward, you head up, moving away from the cart, and she takes you over a ridge, and as you come up over this like small hill, there's wheat fields are growing, and you look down and it's apocalyptic. It looks like something razed the ground. Like there's all the wheat fields that would have been here in the farms have seemingly been just destroyed. There is off in the distance a barn that was clearly smashed. There are just giant rocks laying all over this barn. It's hidden by the hills and the high wheat, but you can thoroughly see something had come through. As
Oh, no.
Cecilia points out to the ground, showing you the multiple footsteps, you see that there is a small army is much closer than you suspected. You thought you had at
Oh.
least a day. You have maybe hours at best.
Oh no. Oh no. No. Okay. We're gonna have to do a game plan. We're gonna have to do something big and change this fast because we have no more time and we can't let these people run into the giants at all in their form of escape. If anything, if they bump into them, they're going to just hand deliver the people over. Okay, breathe.
Cecilia, go distract them.
Yes. No, that's a brilliant idea. Maybe don't encounter them directly if you can. You're just one person. I know you're ambitious, but distract them, lead them away. Maybe make the smell of blood or meat or cooking meat somewhere. That'll draw them over into a different direction. Just be quick in whatever you do.
Or leave like cat pheromones someplace that will lead them away. I don't know how you work, but
I think she does.
I'm confused, but as you say that, she nods and Cecilia agrees. You head back to the carts that are now moving up. Clearly, the carts are not shouldn't hit the moving army.
Okay.
Um,
I'll go say goodbye to the mayor. We're just gonna go check up on something. Scarlet and I are gonna double check a few things and make sure it's okay, but keep going to the path. You know where you're supposed to go. Head toward the fortress. It's going to be fine, but make sure everyone keeps moving and don't stop, all right? For anything.
as you say that, the mayor looks at you like, what?
Yeah.
But then she nods, like she realizes now's not the time to make a scene. Like this is already a stressful moment, so she just nods quietly to you. She takes the reins of the cart and starts to push forward. As she does that, Cecilia comes out from the back of the cart, hopping down with a bag of different dried meats, and she takes off like lightning, heading in the direction of this army. Additionally, Rain, you are inspired, courtesy of Queen of Le Chaos. I totally butchered the Le. I don't know how to say it.
Le chaos.
Le Chaos.
Chaos.
We have just been given $20 from Malakisa, and we all know what Malakisa wants. That is a reload of the 4 Jinx points for Jared for this game.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Mal.
Thank you. Love you.
I guess someone has to cheer for the GM.
That's true. That's true. Mally is anything but a huge fan of the the wonderful GM Jared, and yes, the kindness definitely goes a long, long way.
I appreciate you a lot more than you'll know. That's all I have to say. These 4 Jinx points are totally. I'm using them now. Well, not right now, but I'm using them. They're coming. As Cecilia kind of takes off like the wind, she heads up onto the ridge and gives you a quick glance back, looking over her shoulder, and she gives a small nod, just like, I know, it's like, trust, it's gonna be fine, and heads down into that destruction. Rain and Scarlet, you start to move as quickly as possible, heading back into the town. Running back, you're able to kind of pick through the little treasure box of goodies, and I'll just give you a quick heads up. What's in there is a ring of a ram, which is a magical item. Pendant of the occult, level 3. I don't know if we've had that before. Bracers of armor, level 1. So that gives you a bonus to defense and such. A lifting belt, which makes you lift things. And a choker of elocution, which is kind of like allows you to.
I was going to say, I find that very, very ironic that you mispronounced that.
Elocution?
Elocution.
Yeah.
Yes.
English isn't my first language.
Would you like it? You can have the magic item. We'll give it to you. It's okay.
I need that item in
keep
real
that,
life.
just keep that for yourself.
Just for me.
It's one of those words you know from reading, but you don't know how to say it out loud. That happens to me all the time.
Yep. That's literally what I'm just like, okay, this should be
never had to say this out loud before.
Like the word curmudgeon. I was talking about it today. Curmudgeon is one of those words. You look at it and you're like, and your mouth starts.
Never.
Yeah, you're like, nah, I'm good. I don't need this in my life anymore.
Yeah.
And a wand of web.
Oh.
Yeah. So wands are a little different in Pathfinder, just so everyone understands how they work. They have a single shot of web at its highest spell level, so it's spell level 5. And if you don't have the ability to cast magic, you actually have to make a roll, but that's besides the point. And then we'll just use your class DC, but if you have magic, you'll use your spellcast DC for this. The thing with the wands is you only get one shot, and then you can keep shooting it, but every time you do, there's a flat check to see if the wand just like fizzles out. It's a very weird system. There's no charges on it. You just get one solid shot, and then after that, it's kind of like a prayer.
All out.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, yeah. So just giving you guys a heads up, you can obviously grab what you need from there and suit yourselves up, and then come back and be like, we totally got this beautiful box, guys.
I'm not gonna be a dick like that. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't use foul language this early in the morning.
It's okay.
There is a time and place, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm gonna open up the box for Scarlet as we're moving along. Scarlet, if you want, you can hop on my back and you can check out some of the items while I carry us.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That way you don't have to get muddy or anything.
No, you can tell that I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And I just got overly excited.
It's my turn to ride the moose. Yeah. Rain will get down on one knee and allow you to hop on and sit however you'd like.
Oh,
I like that.
It smells like forest and morning. Oh God, and fresh linen.
Yeah.
Nexon also received inspiration from Nemo is not list. I'm sure that's one word. I'm not going to say it good.
Nemo is not lost.
Nemo is not lost. No, not list, not lost.
Look,
Oh,
I'm not gonna blame Jared for this. I wrote Nemo is not list, and then I corrected myself. It was like, it's a teleprompter error. That's on my bad. My bad. Nemo is not lost. Thank you for the inspiration.
Thank you
buddy.
very much.
Thank you.
But Nemo wasn't lost. We found him. So heading back into the town, as you kind of come back, you start to notice red twine on different areas. As you come over the bridge, you start to notice red twine, and you start to notice red twine in throughout the city. As you get there, you find the Rusty Dragon has, it looks like someone dropped a bucket of oil, like wax and oil on the roof, and it's almost created kind of like icicles just on the top of the town. As you kind of come around the corner, you run directly into Nexon, who is just finishing up a beautiful little bow of red.
Nexon, we're here. Rain is going to kind of come to a screeching stop, little puff of dust down, and get down on one knee again, making it easy for Scarlet to hop off.
And I'm not gonna hop off.
Oh,
You're not just stay there.
excellent. But you might want to take a couple of steps over to the right. Just keep an eye out for these little red things, because that's where
Oh.
we've put traps and things that are going to explode and all of that.
Good to know.
No, that actually makes sense. I saw the red string and I thought this wasn't here before. And this is definitely high quality, so something you would use. But I also assume the wax icicles are also Arduine.
Yeah, that was Malvolo's idea in case of fire.
Yeah, I
I
think
get it.
It's safer if I stay on your back, Rain. Just.
This is a very smart idea, but gosh, when the people come back, we're really gonna have to do a lot of cleaning up.
Well, figure it's easier to clean stuff if it still exists.
That's true. That's right. No, of course. Where was I thinking? Right. We need to make sure the town's still here. Right.
And I don't
okay.
think we're gonna do any.
And possibly the wax might make the roofs a little bit more watertight. So
Okay, that's fair. No, of course. What can I do to help? Anything you need me to move or lift or move again?
it probably wouldn't be bad for us to have maybe a couple of little places we can take some cover or blockade.
Right.
Maybe make it harder to avoid the traps. So if they can't go down the alleys or stuff like that, they have to use the main road with the traps.
Right. Maybe perhaps to make it harder to see line of sight. So any down long roads, I'll go ahead and build a few tall barriers that would make it difficult for them to see. Right. Or maybe to make it easier, instead of doing like a whole bunch, like a big massive ones, I'll just put in a couple of poles here or there because they're wide, right? Giants are wide. If I put a couple of poles, they'll have to just squeeze through, but it'll still be big enough for us and we can still see forward because we can dodge a bunch of poles.
Yeah. It's especially, me.
Right. Yeah, it would be easy. That way you don't have to worry about the height of things. You can just turn a little bit to the left and it's like a half step. But for them, because they're so wide, they would have to take 5 steps. Oh my gosh, that's a brilliant idea. And Rain is just going to start going crazy looking for tall wooden, like I'm assuming there's some wood beams that I can just take and start staking into the ground here or there. Perfect. I'm creating a small obstacle course anytime there is a long hallway, like any street, any alley that would take more than 2 minutes to run down. I am sticking some sticks in the ground.
I like that.
Super clever. Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. I can do that. Rain's really excited. I can be helpful. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the most important thing. Oh, she's gonna tap Scarlet. Remember why we got here early, because the giants are much closer. We actually don't have much time left. We sent Scarlet already up at the front to try to divert them a little bit, so at least the people will get there early, but I don't know how long Scarlet will be able to keep them. And then hopefully she's supposed to join us back and circle back to help us. Yeah. Yeah. So the war is coming. And she'll
Oh,
put on that fake
all right.
smile again.
Well,
And yeah.
uh, I guess does one of us, Scarlett, do either yourself or myself want to kind of keep an eye out on the main gates and see, so if we see, folks coming up, we can give some kind of warning.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So Nexon, you actually have like 5 guards with you. You and Marvolo kind of split your platoon so that no one's alone, right? Like that's kind of
Mhm.
the concept is no one be alone. So I feel like Scarlet would peel off with those guards to get to the gate, the main gate to keep watch. So Scarlet, as you kind of start to move out and make your way up to that larger, to the wall, the tower. You're able to kind of get up there with a few of the guards. At this point, you're looking at about 8 guards to 10 guards are up on this wall with you. And please make a perception check.
Yes, sir. Perception. That's not well.
Not the worst.
Yeah. Okay.
So looking out over the horizon, you now start to see, because you're higher up, you could start to see smoke coming up from down the way. And it's definitely moving. The smoke is a lot closer than you thought it would be. And it's fresh smoke. So it's more of that not dark black, it's not burning. It seems to be like campfires are on. If you've ever gone camping, like there's like dark smoke is older smoke because it's been burning a longer time. This is more of like a gray wispy smoke, so it's new and fresh.
Okay, so maybe they just set up camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna send. I have 8 guards with me.
Yes.
I'm gonna send 1 guard for each of my teammates to go warn them of the situation.
Okay. So the 2 guards kind of take your orders and head out, rushing back over to Rain and Nexon. As they kind of rush back, you could hear them like chit-chatting about like, oh, how dangerous this could be, and probably that they're all going to die. They really feel like it's a lost cause. Like some of them are like, maybe we should get out of here.
What? Yeah, wait, can I hear them? I guess before I assume.
No, it's more Scarlet can hear them at this point.
It's me. I'm gonna be about to kind of like seduce them into staying.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, damn it, no, I made a vow that I cannot flirt anymore.
That's right.
Should I not? Cecilia will never hear about this. There's no witness, but at the same time, I mean, lying isn't, I'm not above lying, but damn it, what should I do? No, wait. Okay, fuck this. So I'm gonna turn to the guards and say and look a bit vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
and go into an act of like damsel in distress,
Mm-hmm.
and be more panicked than them and say, oh God, are you worried too? I feel so scared.
I feel like, okay, so one of the guards kind of rushes over to you and is like, no, don't worry, I will defend you and the city. We got this. I wouldn't worry about this. We're doing okay. We'll be
sure?
okay, I promise.
You said you were gonna leave me all alone here.
No, oh no, no, we wouldn't leave you, right, men? And kind of turns around, and a bunch of the other guards are like, no, we wouldn't go. No.
That's what my father said, and then he never came back.
And it, like one of the guards looks at the other guard and is like, I don't know how to answer this properly. And the other guard, they step forward and
Meanwhile, walking behind, Kalodi says, "That's really weird because every time I walk past your room, all I can hear is you calling someone daddy."
Oh, God.
He's like carrying some lumber as he's moving around. Oh, he just walks past.
Shut up. So, yeah, I'm gonna say maybe. So you swear you're gonna defend me and stay here to defend the city?
of course. And then another one of the guards is like, yes, of course we will. That's clearly the only thing we can do.
Can you pinky swear?
And the one guard talking to a younger person, they blush and they hold out their pinky. They pinky swear to you.
Okay. Okay, I'm a bit reassured now. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I feel so lightheaded all of a sudden, and I'm gonna fall into his arm.
He catches you. He's like, oh, why don't you sit down? And then he like walks you over. He like holds you by the underarm and he walks you over to like some of the crates. And then he kicks off another guard that was like just sitting there. It's like, move, get out the way. And then he sits you down. And he actually pulls out like a rucksack and he puts it under your feet. So your feet are kind of up.
And then I'm gonna say, do you have a glass of water or maybe
like, he looks around. He's like, I'll go get you some. And then he kind of like rushes off and heads down the parapet looking for water or wine. And you could hear him like asking people.
And to the other guard, I'm gonna say, oh, I have this weird tension in my neck. Would you mind applying pressure here just for a second?
The guard kind of looks at you and just like nods a little bit. He's like, okay. And he takes off his gloves and he starts to like just kind of massage your neck a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So I am how do you say in English? Wait. Damn it. How do you
lounging?
Lounging? Yes.
Lounging, yeah.
You're about to get a fresh glass of water and being massaged. And just being on the lookout while everyone else is busting their asses to barricade the city. Sounds about
checks. Sounds about right. It totally checks. At this point, Rain, you and Nexon have set up as much as you could in that area, putting down those pikes, and you start to head in, following Nexon to where they left Marvolo. Marvolo is up by the walls, just with Kalodi. Kalodi's moving a bunch of stuff. Marvolo is just reinforcing the walls with Kalodi. And as Kalodi is kind of like helping Marvolo put up walls, you can start to hear bells slowly going off in the distance. And then they start to get picked up by other parts. At this point, the contingent that is with you, Scarlet, and Marvolo all kind of like pop up and are now staring down the road. And as they are staring down the road, one of the guards get lifted off of his feet as a tree slams into him and thrown off the roof. Yeah, it was pretty rough. And you can now hear giants are coming down the road. It's a bit anarchic. One moment. Just gotta activate my giants. Go.
Oh no. I'm really close to them.
Just as that, the guards start to yell and call for help. Rain, you kind of start to come up the walkway at this point, and you can just start to hear the chaos that is coming with Nexon. People are running to the walls, guards are running to the walls, and giants are just hurling things over the walls at this point. Marvolo, what would you like to do?
All right. As Malvolo is reinforcing the walls, he counts only 3 stone giants that have come up.
Currently, those are the only ones that have come up onto the wall.
Okay. This is too soon. This is far too soon. Why did no one warn me that they were here already? Because I was busy. That's why no one came up and saw old Malvolo. All right. Malvolo again is basically goes. I'm far too close for this. Kolodi, listen. We need to buy time. Do you think you can? Yeah. No, I got this. You go. You go tell the others. Thank you. Yeah. Malvolo will descend the tower and actually start making his way down. As he does so, he sees Nexon and Rain, and says, "They're about to breach the gate. We need to make sure that the guards are ready. We're going to try and hold them as long as we can, but the goal is we need to try and get as many people indoors as possible. We need to draw them towards the center of town. That's where we're going to make our stand. Okay?
Right. Okay. I can handle this.
Rain, listen, I hate to ask, but I was not prepared for them to be throwing such large heaps of rocks. If they hit the buildings, the wax that I have put on them to help against the fire is going to be rendered useless. If you can do anything about the stones that bombard from the sky, it would be a great help."
Rain quickly thinks, like, can I fly? Can I catch stones? I don't know about that. Yeah. I'll think of something. Rain is going to. I don't know if this is gonna work. Can I get up to this tall tower up here? And I'd like to wave my arms like an idiot and heckle the giants to try to get their attention on rocks to me instead.
Just gonna yell at the giants.
Yeah. Hey, you big oaf, over here. I hear giants are real stupid. I'm not very good with the name calling thing, okay? It's not Rain's thing. She's not very good at insults, but giants have small brains, right? So it'll be fine.
Yeah. It checks
Look
out.
at you all. You've got terrible aim. My squirrel throws better than you. And Tweelo's gonna be on the top of that little stone, like throw a few acorns at him too.
Rain! Rain!
What?
They're throwing boulders!
Well, better here than at the homes, right?
Tweelo is with you!
She's gonna quickly snatch him and put him back in his little carrier, his little squirrel purse. Just stay in there for a little bit, buddy.
Leather is not good armor against rocks!
What did you do?
I like that.
Get the rest of the people inside while I at least Dance away their attention.
I say to Nexon, I thought she had the ability to control rocks or something. I thought she was magic. Well, do you have anything? Or should we run?
I'm sorry, do you think I talk to rocks?
I thought you could do something with rocks. I've seen you talk to squirrels.
You thought I talk to rocks? There's a complete difference of talking to rocks and talking to squirrels. I can talk to plants.
Not to sensible people.
Rocks aren't alive. She's just yelling down at you from this tower.
Guys just screaming at each other.
At this point,
What? Were you gonna give me a pet rock for Christmas? Come on.
at this point, Kalodi goes, well, if rocks ain't alive, then what are them? He says, pointing at the giant stone giants.
Yeah, that there's a bunch of stone giants. They're made out of stone.
That's different. And I don't mind control them, even if I could talk to rocks. That's not how this works. Go. You get out of here. Go award the people. And I would like to cast Tanglefoot on them at least to distract them. I'm like, oh, right, because I can interact with plants. So I guess that little rocks conversation sparks summons spell.
As you cast Tanglefoot, what are you trying to get out there?
All right, I would like these vines essentially to lash up and not necessarily immobilize them. Instead, I'd like it to just kind of latch down on any of the, just reaching out on their arms if they try to throw any rocks. Just more in a defense reflective state.
Got it. Yeah, cast it as you can.
I will cast it as I can. Technically, I throw it on them. Okay.
Yeah.
It says speed, but because the way it cut off, the S wasn't there and it looked like peed. -10 circumstance immobilized. And I'm just imagining that this spell causes them to pee their pants and they can't throw rocks.
A little bit.
So that's what I'm rolling this as.
Yes. Yeah, the
you can't throw rocks if you've got urine in your pants. I don't know.
Yeah, so as you cast Tanglefoot on, it works.
I think I have to roll the attack spell. My bad. I think I just assumed it worked. Ooh, can I do the reroll? I'm going to use my inspo. The inspo that was gifted to me. Yeah. Better. A 26. Still misses. Darn it.
Rude.
God.
Squealo's just going to keep throwing acorns then.
Just rude. The monster looks at you and is like, why?
That's all I could do. For a second, I'm gonna just try to control the rock with my mind. Like, you see Rain like struggling, looking like using her arms. Like, this feels like an arcane move. Like, okay, it's not working. Okay, control rocks.
You're like, nope, not today.
I can't do that. Not today.
You're like, as you do that, the vines start to wrap around this giant's foot, and it just yanks out more rubble from the ground as it just picks up its giant leg and just slams it down. Just bong. And the giants are going to take their action to move closer. So they just
hey Jared.
Yes.
So you just got 5 sin boons. Courtesy of Malakisa.
Thank you, Malakisa.
You now have the Wrath sin boon, the Greed sin boon, the Gluttony sin boon, the Lust sin boon, and the Sloth sin boon simultaneously. Each sin will, of course, as you know, provide you with a school of magic that you can then cast any spell, kind of within reason, just as if you had that spell. Wrath will be evocation, lust is enchantment, gluttony is necromancy, sloth is conjuration, and greed is transmutation. To give access to all of these. So thank you, Malakisa. We love you. We do.
Is
I mean, I
Malakisa,
love
like,
you.
is the
Jaren.
core meaning of that, like, mal typically meaning bad? Like, is there some root name choice here?
Malfeasance. Or yes, no. Yes, no. Mal is
Embrace your nature.
Mal is a very dear person who has joined our community from the vast Grim universe. So for those of you who know, I do play in a horror sci-fi game called Vast Grim, and that is where I met Mal. So this is not this is not unusual. Oh, Mally, sorry, my apologies.
Mally.
It's an Aussie thing. It's an Aussie thing. We try and make names as short as possible. But yes. So thank you, Mally. We greatly appreciate it. Also, we have
real interesting.
Also, McBluff has also donated $10 to someone, but I'm not sure to who or to what yet. But we will find out soon. So there you go. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much, McBluff and Malakiza. Which sound like, I feel like if I ever come up with my own homebrew like world, I'm totally stealing that name as like a deity of deityness. That's, I don't want to make them bad, but I feel like they're supporting me. So, and in this situation, I'm negative. So
It actually looks really cool to have all the runes around your head floating.
yeah, I love it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So as this happens, oh man, this is gonna get like crazy. My giants start to move up, and the first giant, I am going to burn a natural 20, my nat 20 that I have, and I'm not even gonna roll. So this guy Harun number 1. The giants all have different names. I want you to know they have backstories to them. I worked very diligently on this.
Can we ask them to tea and sit down and talk?
The whole time they just wanted to play reindeer games, and they were not allowed to play reindeer games.
Oh.
Yeah. It's reaches down and just picks up like earth, just yanks up some of the earth, and you see, because it's I'm infusing this with my natural 20. They pick it up, and it's like a large bouldery piece, and they hurl it. And as they hurl it right over here to this, not where Rain is, but over where Guard Will and Guard Bill are, right next to Scarlet. And it slams into the parapet, hitting a small area and blowing it out. As it blows out, it allows the giants to kind of have like a way to get some footholds and handholds to start to climb up the wall.
Okay, can I use a Holy Cascade?
Can you use it? Sure. Do I know what it does? Not offhand.
Okay, it like basically throws a huge amount of. Okay, I'm gonna read the thing. It's gonna be easier.
Yep. Sure.
You call upon sacred energy to amplify a vial of holy water. Tossing it an incredible distance, it explodes in an enormous burst that deals 3d6 bludgeoning damage to creatures in the area from the cascade of water. The water deals an additional 6d6 positive damage to undead and 66 good damage to fiends.
Oh, nice. If they were fiends, they would be a little bit mad. So as that explodes, Scarlet, holding your water, you kind of stand up. Remember the glass of water they got you has ice in it. Ice is kind of rare in these parts. So you have ice in it. This is fancy water. Yes. What do you say as you hold aloft your jug of water that you are now turning into this holy cascade?
What do I say?
Yeah.
Let me think about it for a second.
So I feel like they're ruining your relaxation time right now.
I'm just gonna say cheers.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
So as you say cheers, you raise it aloft and you imbue it with your divine energy, hurling it down at this enemy. As you hurl it upon them, you're hoping to smite them. It's kind of what's happening here. Like, smite you.
I smite? What?
Well, you're trying to, because it's like an explosion of water.
Yeah.
And it's not why? Excuse me. Dear computer, please do what I say.
While we're waiting for the computer to do stuff, hey Jared.
Yes.
So we just got an $80 donation from the wonderful Calindria, who has donated to natural 20s to all of the players.
I see you.
However, plus all of the donations that we have received thus far, we have triggered not one, but 2 boss battles.
No.
All right.
You're gonna die.
Well, GG.
This was a fun adventure, guys.
It was great.
No,
we got to Sandpoint again.
we guys got back home. So I actually have a timer on my side that's kind of working itself out, and the timer counts down to different rounds, and different things start to happen as the rounds count down. The boss battle is going to speed up these rounds. So as these giants are assaulting this entrance, right? From behind you, you hear horns. As coming along, you quickly turn, right? Your attention's now turned. Those of you on the wall turn, and you see down the road. And what you see is another army assaulting the bridge. This one much larger and stronger. And they're actually, you hear whip cracks, and they have giant whips, right? Like, think like whips, but for giants. And as they crack, you see massive, scarred with spikes all over their body, like driven into their body. And on their foreheads are brands, giant brands, because these are huge, dire cave bears. And they're just driving them over this bridge. And they're now trying to assault. So this is the bridge Marvolo set up with the bombs. But there's a mess of these things. And yeah, that's happening at this now same time. So that's your first boss battle. It sped that meter up. Now your second boss battle pops off at the same time. Speeding up the encounter. It's speeding it up. It's causing it to happen faster. You hear those bears are now coming over the bridge. They're being whipped. And in Jotun, you hear the giants screaming and pushing them, driving them forward. You actually hear some of the guards that you had that were defending the bridge. They're firing arrows, but it's doing nothing. You can visibly see them rain from your direction. The second one, thunder in the distance coming over the water. You look up to the sky, and you see what looks like a cloud of darkness rolling in deeper, crackling energy every which way. A force of nature, an element. As you see the cloud, and you hear a roar as the cloud starts to manifest and take shape, and you realize the thunder is being created by the massive heat and that is up in the sky. And so as all of this is happening, that's going down. But we are going right here to take our 15-minute break so I could set up all the maps, because I'm sure my players are going to want to run and jump across the map. So I'm gonna have to send that.
Well, can I do something just before we create the maps, because it might affect something.
Yes.
Malvolo says to Nexon, the twine, please. I reach out to take the twine that we'd set up previously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you hope that bears can't swim, clap your hands. And I blow up the bridge. Ah!
Just as some of the bears start to cross this bridge, 3 of the bears, right? So 3 of the bears are on this bridge being held by chains and being whipped across by a giant. Marvolo yanks the string and you hear a shh, pop, 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 and massive explosions as the bridge explodes and starts to collapse. 1 bear goes flying into the air, taking the brunt force of the explosion. The other 2 bears kind of slide down, dragging their master, who is pushing them forward behind them, into the water, and you could start to see them trying to claw and swim their way out.
As Rain sort of looks out to where the explosion is, I say, eyes forward! Do not look at flying bears.
Not stare directly into the bear's eyes.
All right. Sweet. So that might be one less map we need to set up. I thought I'd ask just in case. I mean, they might. I mean, again, bears might swim. I don't know. All right. So we triggered every single event encountered. Sweet. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will see you in a short 15-minute break as Jared and I set up the sound and maps for the next encounters. Thank you to everyone who donated, guys. This is going to be a doozy, so do stick around. But I encourage you, go grab some breakfast, grab some lunch, whatever time of day it happens to be. Take a bathroom break and come and join us, because you will not want to miss the second half of today's show. We'll see you very, very soon.
Hi, and welcome back to the anarchy that is Rise of the Runelords, which the Runies, our lovely group, have just been informed by the grace and love of our chat, our Twitch chat, that they're about to have a heck of a time defending this town. So right before we left, Marvolo blew the bridge that had dire bears crossing it. The bridge has been exploded. A large army has kind of settled up on that area and are now just trying to wait for commands, figure out what's happening there. They're currently at a point where they were trying to defend, but as the bridge exploded, they turned their head and they realized a red dragon, or a dragon of color, is totally coming over the ocean. And as with all creatures of the element, it's causing an elemental shift. And it's actually affecting Rain a little bit because she is connected to the elements. And you know how I have a creature of the element coming. So they're doing their best. So Marvolo blows the bridge. The bridge explodes. You see off into the distance a dragon coming. Right now, the gate is holding, but for how long is the question. Now, can Michael, as Michael, roll a d12? 7.
Oh, that's a 7.
Wonderful. So I'm gonna keep track. In 7 rounds, something crazier will this gate will be breached.
Sorry. Okay. I thought you were gonna say when you said something crazier will happen. I'm like, there is a dragon coming, Jared. What is crazier for you? What in your mind right now goes? You know what? This is Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah, that's it. It's just how far can we go? All right. Great. Fantastic. I'm excited. I would also like to thank Mythical Turian for redeeming a magic bag from the Twitch chat. Now, the magic bag is a magic item that is useful for the situation that we happen to be in. Jared, you get to decide what the magic item is, and it is apparently to be bestowed to Malvolo, according to our lovely donator. So thank you for this one as well.
Marvolo, as you see, you look up, right? Like Rain points to the sky and utters the dreaded D word, and you turn and you look at the sky and you're like, oh, this is gonna get worse. Like, I thought they were joking about the dragon, and they were serious. You quickly go into overdrive, your mind working, wheeling, and as an inventor, you're able to actually create a moving catapult, a backpack catapult. So you have you're able to create a backpack catapult. You put it on your back, and it can hurl anything you put into there up to a bulk. So like large rocks, bunch of bottles of alcohol to kind of create like a mini fireball. Anything you want. It's a single action attack. So you just pull your string and it fires. And you have a mobile catapult, which can aid you. So now you have a little bit more of a ranged assault because, dragon, and it has a range of 60 feet. So it's pretty good.
Quick question: how heavy of things can you catapult?
Oh, up to a single bulk. So that would be 1 Nexon or smaller.
Got it.
We'll use Nexon as like a standard unit of measurement. So it's something fairly large, right? Like, or if you want to shoot Nexon onto like a stone giant or something, you can totally do that. Yeah. Obviously, with consent. We're not going to be non-consensual catapulting here.
This is going to turn into a rodeo. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's there. It started. So awesome. That actually helps out because as we went to break, the party was talking about like how no one spec'd into range. Like everyone was like, we have magic to back up, but like no one was like a bow user. So it really helps out the party. So thank you very much for that. So roll initiative, please. It's going to make things move faster. And thank you very much to everyone who is currently subscribing. We got a hype train, level 2 hype train. So thank you so much for that. You guys are killing it out there. And hopefully I will be killing it in here. And by killing it, I mean...
All right. Well,
we're right here.
Nixon, why do you have hit point loss? No one should have hit point loss. I just realized
I was just wondering that.
Like, why does Nexon have hit point loss? So Nexon is your initiative. So you can move anywhere you want on the map. So there are multiple locations you can go to. Let's say there's the bridge, there's the wall currently, there's the inner town. So you can move like into the inner city. If anything happens there. So you can move on your turn. You could just say, I would like to move to this location. I would like to move to this location. And that'll just count as a single move action. It'll be under the assumption you're like just booking it.
I'm going to move to the inner city.
Okay. So moving into the inner city, you're able to find... You're like running along the streets. You kind of back up away from the wall and get closer into the city. As you do that, you do notice that there are more guards, like people just kind of running around trying to figure out like what's going on here. Sorry, you weren't as big as I needed you to be. So you kind of move on to the town street, and once you're there, you can like see the different buildings. The Rusty Dragon, all of them have that oil and stuff has been kind of like launched onto. So from there, what would you like to do?
Oh no. Oh god. Can I like the dragon's flying this way?
Yeah, the dragon hasn't like gotten up to the shore yet. It's coming in.
Okay. I think I'm just going to like pull out some rope and make a couple of like trip lines that I can pull.
Oh, dope. Yeah, awesome. So Nexon, you start to like place around different trip lines where you can see like murder points, like where you would see like, oh, this street kind of leads to this area, and you're able to defend a little better. As you kind of like run around, you're able to find some of the guards, and they're going to start helping you. So I'm going to place some of the guards on the map. These guards are obviously you have control over them, so you could say, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. So you're able to get some guards on the map to help defend, which is useful. Can you make a craft check, please? Just for some of those trip lines.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Ooh, nice.
There's,
Awesome.
37.
Yeah. So those are solid lines that you have put down. You're able to see that you're kind of prepping this area for like an assault of sorts. And you've also given them the ability to have guards, which, give you the opportunity to not take a hit, hopefully. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Not really until something
Gets a little crazier, yeah.
here. Yeah.
Awesome. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. So we move on. Now, moving down, we move to Golger. He blew up the wall with the guards, and he's going to close in onto the wall and start to climb the wall. He's going to make an athletics check to see if he can start to climb up. As he starts to climb the wall, he starts to like yank himself up higher and higher. That is going to be his turn. He reaches, as he gets up there, he kind of like reaches the top precipice and he starts to come over it, but he hasn't, full on like landed and started killing guards. Scarlet, what would you like to do? You could see Golger is climbing this wall right next to you, Scarlet.
If I hit him with a command and order him to drop prone, will he fall?
He will fall, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Sure. So as you reach out with your magical energies, you're like, hey, fall, which is pretty dope to say. Let's see if it works on them. Oh, critical failure. So you have commanded them. The target must use all their actions on their next turn. So the moment their turn happens, right, they're just going to drop to the floor and lay prone to your command.
Okay.
You still have one more action. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna use Soundburst on the giants.
Okay, so you're just going to try and burn a spell to kind of try and hopefully deal some damage to as many giants as possible. So you can like target towards the back with the other two that are fairly close to each other. I could see that, and you can see how well they do. 1 saves, 2 saves. It's okay. They do take a bit of damage.
Okay.
Awesome. And you could see the ground explode with sound. It sounds like what would it sound like? Bees?
Yeah.
Angry bees? Angry bees. I love angry bees. My guards go. My guards. What are you gonna do? Guards are gonna run up and try to attack this guy. Sadly, let's see how they do. One hit. One hit. Interesting. I was not expecting the guard to come up. Swings. That good old guard Will. Will was the one that promised not to leave your side, Scarlet. So he's holding true to his cause. But now my giants go. One of them is going to pick up a rock and hurl it, and see if they can hit Kalodi. And as it slams into the wall, rocking the wall, sadly missing Kalodi, this giant is going to move up to the section and start its climb and its ascend. Rain, there's a giant at your feet. What would you like to do?
Oh gosh, it's already my turn. Okay, so first thing I would like to do is I am going to use Gust of Wind on it to try to blow it off and get down. I'm going to huff and puff as best I can. It seems like the right
Sounds
thing to
about
do.
right. Yeah, makes sense to me.
Sounds about right. How does it do?
It does save, but it's not a critical success, and it does deal damage.
Okay, the creature can't move against the wind.
Yeah.
Ah, suck it. It's stuck there. We're just kind of having this focus where I'm trying to hold it back at this point. Yes.
Okay.
For my last move, so that took 2 actions. Can I yell at any of the guards that can hear me nearby?
Yep.
All right. I would like to use, just in preparation, my no cause for alarm.
Okay.
Knowing that
Yes.
the dragon is coming close, I'm going to yell out to them, you need to brace yourself. The city of Sandpoint needs you now, and this is the time for you to show your true colors. Brace up. And for that, if they can, if they are within that closeness of me, they are temporarily immune to being frightened for an hour.
Wow, that actually helps because dragons have that dragon fear. That
They
really
seem
helps.
kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I'm yelling to them, bulk up, time to get ready, grab your weapons and get over to that beach.
I like that. So the guards are like, yeah!
Yeah,
And then
for Sandpoint.
yeah, they're excited to fight a dragon by your side, Rain.
Yeah. Nothing's gonna go wrong. They'll be fine.
Not everything is fine.
They're fine. It's just a dragon.
It's only 3 days before Guards Jack retirement. That never goes badly for them.
Jack.
All right. So we know which one is Jack.
Jack is this one, the one standing like right
The one
next
next to Rain? The one next to
Yeah.
Rain. All right,
Jack,
God
okay.
Jack. He's gotten a name. Okay, guys, look, it's right there. All right, this is Guard Jack. Okay, we're gonna like at the end of this fight, we're gonna give him the biggest retirement party ever. Okay, that's it. We're gonna break tropes, gonna break tradition. We're gonna keep Jack alive. All right.
Yes. For Jack.
Yeah, it never goes badly when it's only like a week before their retirement, right?
Right. We'll eat his cake and sadness tomorrow.
It is the Collodi Marvolo show. What would you guys like to do?
All right. Well, Malvolo is kind of on the ground. He kind of looks up at the others and he's like, "She can turn into a T-Rex. She'll be fine." And I'm going to run in towards the bears. The reason being is I did detonate the bridges where the bears were, but one, I don't know if bears can swim, and two, I don't know if there are any of the guards too close to the explosion. And as the only medical officer, I wanna go there so that I can treat the wounds of anyone that might have been caught in the explosion accidentally.
enough.
So that's just I'm gonna use one action to move, but before I do so, I'm going to reach into my jacket, and it's basically like this small toy. The toy is like this wind up, like a wind up chattering teeth, as it were.
Okay.
And I wind it up and it starts to chatter, and as it does, a rattling sound sort of starts up in Collodi's mind. And as it does so, he starts to chuckle and he's like, oh, you boys are in for it now. Hey, you, whatever what's your name? He says to the guardsman next to him.
Oh, the one directly next to Collodi? That
Yeah.
is Guard Sam.
Yeah, he's like,
Sam, sir.
You watch as Collodi sort of pulls off his forearm and he says, "Hold this for me, Sam." And underneath you could see Collodi's chainsaw. But up until this point, Collodi's blade has always come out of his forearm. However, when he detaches his whole actual housing, you watch as these two slat pieces suddenly engage onto the side, clamping down. So it's added 2 extra torque gears onto the side of the chainsaw that he uses as a weapon. As I cast offensive overdrive on Collodi with my single action. And you just hear the sound of Collodi's arm going, and smoke start pouring out of like the back of his neck, as he then is going to take a leap over the edge, and he goes, I'm going to try and tear this guy a new one. Now, because I only used a single action to command Collodi, I only had 2 actions with Collodi. So the first is going to be to move. The second, I'm going to burn my nat 20.
Nice.
Because I ain't gonna play, I ain't gonna muck around. And I'm going to hit this dude with everything I got.
Make it happen.
All right.
Now, because just so you're aware, Michael, because you chose the advanced system upgrade, all your attacks are considered magical.
Yes. Sweet. Do I need to worry about that?
I'm just saying for dragons.
Ah, okay, good. Yay! I, Kalodi, Dragon Slayer. All right, so I'm gonna crit this dude.
Nice.
So let's do this, shall we?
So just in the modifier, just add +20, and then roll so the machine registers that you critic.
Oh no, I can do it if I just hold down left shift.
Oh, wonderful. There you go.
All right, so here we go.
Oh.
Whoa.
All right. What? Oh no, that dot is no less green after doing 63 damage. That doesn't fill me with joy. But that's fine. I am going to take my crit card though. That's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
I'm going to take the good old crit card of, I'm going to say 3. 1, 2, 3. It is a slashing weapon, flay. They are enfeebled 3 until they are healed. So as Kalodi has leapt off the balcony and sort of dug in, the arm like kind of lengthwise from like shoulder down to his hip is where Kalodi's just embedded his arm and just sort of dragged this vicious wound down its side as he's like trying to hang on at the same time.
Oh,
and he goes, "Ain't your mama ever tell you to knock using the front door?"
Oof. No. We don't like that here. Enfeebled 3. Dang.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I don't like
It
that
is
at
a
all.
lot. Yeah. That's a -3 to all of his like strength-based checks and abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to beat Rain's wind at this point.
Please don't. Please don't.
All
Which
right.
is pretty dope.
And that is all Malvolo Kalodi can do.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great Dragons of Fire. Next up is... Alright, so you are on this other map. Stonar is going to actually pick up its club, roar, and charge the gate. And try to like slam into it to break it down. So let us see how this works out. So he's just shoulder check, gate, go. Nice. Slamming into it, he slams into one of the gates and you hear it shakes the tower. Tower shakes. As it shakes, one of the doors start to crack and bend sideways as he slams into it. And as that happens, he rears back, shaking his head, and now lifts his club and starts to pound on the gate. Yeah, and he just slams his club into the gate, and that will be both his turns. The guards on the other thing need to not. Sorry. Guard Jack. Let's see what Guard Jack can do. Inspired by Rain, he grabs both his weapons in 2 hands and will raise his sword and slice into the stone giant. As he slams it down with the wind happening, he just kind of clinks off of it. He's going to try one more time, hoping beyond all hope. Oh, he critically fails. And the sword cracks on his blade. And he looks at it, upset. He throws it to the side, and he pulls out a hammer that he has in his belt.
Oh, damn it, Jack. Let me guess, his wife got him that as a retirement present.
Yes, that was a retirement present. Guard Sam sees what's going on. He's going to try and get over here, and he's going to throw down his hammer at the giant underneath him, just hoping beyond all hope to stop what's happening. He misses, sadly, and then he pulls his sword out, and he's just going to get ready for the assault. He's looking for a way out. He's actually going to move towards the stairwell and try and get ready to go. Scarlet, it is your go.
Isn't it Golger before me?
Golger? Why are you here twice then? Why is Scarlet on here twice?
Her initiative is so good, she gets to go again.
You're on the board twice, which is extremely. All right. 6 rounds to go. As this happens, the dragon now is closer, and it starts to hit land. And as it hits land, it roars and breathes a sheet of fire as it comes out of the sky. As it does, it's not where you guys are. It's lower into the town, coming over the ocean where the boats were. And it fires onto the boats and on the smaller city. As it fires onto the boats, Marvolo, I believe you did set explosives, right?
I did. And we hope that dragons aren't immune to shrapnel.
As the explosives go off, mixing with the fire, can you make a craft attack to see? Just roll your craft. I want to see how much
yes,
damage
I
this
can.
does.
Let me just check something real quick. Okay. Now, I do get to ask, if I get a 30, will I succeed?
You get a 30, will you succeed?
Yes.
Maybe.
If I get well, I mean, if I can ascertain that, then I can just use my assurance and just get 30.
Yes. I'll let it happen.
Very well. Then I automatically succeed because I am assured of my mastery of crafting.
Wonderful. As the explosion rockets out, shrapnel goes everywhere, mixing with the dragon's fire, setting many buildings and the piers ablaze. Roll damage, Marvolo, by the way.
Like my explosion damage?
Yes, please.
Okay. That I think at this level is now. Let me just check this real quick. Apologies for the delay. There we go. It is equal to my. Oh, that's not it. There we go. 2d6 plus, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's 10d6.
Ugh.
Take that. 32.
Awesome. As the shrapnel flies every which way, slamming into things, you hear screams and calls from guards that were running nearby. The random folks, and a dragon roars in rage. There now we have a lovely skill check options. The pier's on fire, Nexon, and it's your turn. What would you like to do?
First of all, how close is the dragon to me?
So you're in like the center of the city, and the piers are some way off. You would have to spend an action to like run to the piers and then start to like coordinate like putting out the fire. Or you could stay where you are. The dragon hasn't come up into the center of the city yet.
Right. Fudge. Can I guess seems like I'm wasting a lot of stuff, but I want to hold an action until the dragon's within 60 feet.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. What is your plan?
I'm going to shoot the wand of web at the dragon.
Got
once
it.
It's in 60 feet.
Got it.
Try
To like yank it down.
Yeah.
Got it. Not a problem. So maneuvering yourself, do you want to get onto a roof to give yourself like a little bit more
I'll do that.
range? Cool.
Yeah, I'll get up onto a roof, like try and pick one that I think is going to be like fairly stable and less fire.
One of the one of the safer roofs.
Yeah.
Got it.
Don't get up on the thatched roof. Get up on the brick roof.
Yeah. That's like you're like I know which one I'm
Good
doing.
plan.
Yeah, that's what I would do. It's totally the brick roof. So scampering up onto the brick roofs, you find yourself now have a better sight, and you see a smaller army marching up from a secondary because you have to remember Sandpoint has two bridges, and they're kind of coming up from the second lower bridge.
Cool. Oh, before I hold the action for the wand spell, I'm going to just cast shield on myself.
That's acceptable. So now you've shielded yourself. And
Yes.
Nexon is bouncing around in the center of the city, doing the most that they can. Wonderful. Golger goes. Golger is commanded by Scarlet and will drop off the top of this. Scarlet, can you roll 60-10, please?
What? 60-10?
6 D10s, not 60 D10s.
You're
6.
just massive.
Yeah. As it takes fall damage, as all it does is just you say fall prone, right? Like you're like drop, and the creature goes, "Yes, my mistress," and it picks its hands up and just falls backwards.
So I add in the modifier 6 and then roll a d10, right?
Yep. 14. So do that 5 more times.
Oh, it didn't work?
No, it did. Just you have to do it 5 more times.
Okay.
Murder.
Right.
Oh, and Kalodi has been granted inspiration from Mythical Turin. Thank you very much. They are going to need it. 4, 5, one more.
Yeah.
6. That's a lot of damage being
Good
pumped
roll.
out. Yes. Plus 16 plus 7 plus 10. Ooh, 46 points of damage. Nice. As it drops prone, it's now prone. That's its whole go. It had to spend its whole action doing whatever you commanded because it critically failed. So that helps. Scarlet, it's your go.
Wait, he didn't die from that?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Chilling Darkness on him.
Oh, what? All right. Poor creature. It's prone.
I'm sorry, poor invaders who are attacking.
Yeah.
I also like to imagine the indignance of Scarlet watching, like, Kalodi, like, chop this dude with a chainsaw, and, like, he's still, like, pretty okay, and then this guy took, like, what is maybe, like, a 20-foot spill when he's, like, a 15-foot tall creature, like, just sort of like a, poof, how dare you not be dead.
Rude.
Like, it's just inconsiderate.
So when
Worst.
he's alive.
The worst.
The
Wow.
worst stone giant. Oh,
However, Scarlet's, like, on fire.
Scarlet's on fire. Scarlet is today currently the MVP as of this moment. dealing a critical hit with her spell of Chilling Darkness. As the spell launches from your hand, you deal 5d6 plus it's critical, so that's double damage. 38 points of damage to this one stone giant. As ice kind of erupts around its body, cracking. Like stone giants have like actual, like the skin is stone, and the ice seeps in there, and you know how ice does. It just starts to spread the stone, and cracks begin to form along its body. You also got a critical hit card. What would you like? You have to pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
All right. As you are picking 3, it is a Wild Surge. I need you to roll me a d4 as you cast your Chilling Darkness down upon the prone giant at the base of the wall. As your frost begins to sort of ensnare over it, creating these like little like kind of patterns of ice over its skin, all of a sudden those patterns shift. There's almost like this metallic taste in the air, and the hair on the backs of your head stands up as those ice shards then deal the same damage again as electric damage as it.
Oh, it's completely immune to electric. No, I'm joking.
Oh, you got me there. But yes.
So is it double critical or just the same
just
damage?
normal damage.
5d6. Okay. Sorry. I was just like, because that like one shot at the giant at one, just bang. F you, giant. That's what you get for not dying the first time. So Scarlet, you summon all that natural energy from your body, and now you have just unloaded a ton of damage. First ice, now electric. Anarchy is happening. What you have one more action. What would you like to do?
So Golgar is in a pretty bad state, right?
Yes. That is, yeah.
I would like to use my spiritual weapon, which is 2 dagger, and like jump on him and stab him in a way, I don't know, in the heart to make all the glass crack, the ice crack.
Okay. So, summoning spiritual weapon, you launch yourself off the parapet into this guy, driving a dagger into him. Let's see how this works. And it's a hit.
Yes.
For 12 points of damage, you're standing on this giant's chest. It's prone. You're laying into it. You drive your dagger into its chest, and it starts to roar in agony. But sadly, its eyes still have a fighting chance. Oh, what will it do? It's going to sit on the floor because it's not its turn anymore. But it is our guard's turn. Guard Will looks down, seeing what's going on. Will promised to not leave your side. So Will's going to follow you.
Yeah, thanks, Will.
So Will's going to jump down and try to aid you. So Will's gonna. I'm gonna roll a d20 because I want to see how Will does getting down. All right, Will's not the best at getting down. It's kind of far. He runs to the edge and he looks down, seeing like Scarlet launch herself. Right? He's just like, yeah, I could do that, and he runs to the edge, and it's like a 30-foot drop. And he's like, I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. He's just gonna throw his hammer down. He's just like, I got you, and he launches his hammer. And it hits.
Oh
My God.
Will throws the hammer. It slams into the creature, and Will then trying to figure out what to do. He goes, wait, don't move, and he pulls out some rope, and his last action is gonna be to throw rope down to help you up, Scarlet, when you need to get up.
Thanks.
Will,
So sweet.
Will.
Yeah, right. Who expected Will? Not me. Bill sees what Scarlet did and sees what Will is doing, and he's gonna move up and he's going to also throw his hammer and see if he can boop the giant.
Oh my god.
But sadly, he does miss. That one, he's not the best. And then he calls down to you. He says, "Madam, grab the rope. We can pull you up." And he braces the rope to try and aid. This guy. Oh man, this guy's the other stone giant on the opposite side of the field. He's having a hard time, right? Because he's not gonna be able to get up. He's dealing with the wind from rain. He's not gonna make it up, and he is going to try and start to advance up, as he can't move against rain because he failed that check. Being frustrated, he can't move, right? Like he's like held down by your spell at this point.
He doesn't go backwards, but he's just stuck there.
He's like fighting
Can't move
against
forward. Yeah.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna be a jerk.
Oh.
And I'm gonna do something. He's going to, like, as the wind is pushing him, he has his hands up, right? He's just gonna be like, whatever. And he is going to jump up and kick the parapet that you're standing on. But like he's gonna use the wind, your force of your wind, to like drive him down. So he's gonna try and like push his feet into the stone and pull it down.
That's very clever of him.
That's
very smart.
As that happens,
It'd be a shame if he was enfeebled.
He is enfeebled.
Oh, yeah!
Boom, boom, 1-2 punch. Teamwork.
Oh man, this is terrible. So he does that and he falls prone because he is enfeebled. 3. I forgot about that. So he fails. Dang it. It's my fault. Where are my guards? These are the guards on the opposite side of the map that I pack with you, Marvolo. They're just kind of excited, but it's Rain's turn. Rain, what would you like to do?
Yes, it is my turn. All right, I see Haroon trying to make their way up here.
Yeah.
And I would like them not to. So I
No.
I saw earlier, like from Scarlet, lightning seems to be okay against them.
Mhm.
So I'm going to use lightning bolt against him.
Oh,
I'm just
not
going
like
to
this.
look down and just summon from the skies above lightning to wreck his world. Just a little bit. Failure.
He failed. Yeah.
Yes. Good. That's what I wanted. I just need him. Let's roll some damage. Take this.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Unloading a ton of damage into him. This guy's he's in the red, right? Like, so they're bloodied at this point. Haroon and Golger are both bloodied. They're messed up. Rain, you launch that lightning and it cracks and just messes him up. He's on the floor shaking in pain. What would you like to do? So you just unloaded a ton of electrical damage into this creature.
Yes. So I have one action left.
Mm-hmm.
He's not within reaching distance, is he? Because he's climbing up and he's at the bottom.
No, now he's on the floor prone. You knocked
Okay.
because of the enfeebled Marvolo.
Oh gosh. You know what? I'm boots on the ground. From above, I jump off this parapet with my sickle in hand, hoping to land and just plunge it deep within his throat.
All right, make it happen.
Okay. That roll on him? Or I have to try that again? Let me try that again. I may have...
Were you trying to kill Jack?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill Jack. Hold on.
Don't kill Jack. We're trying so hard to
No.
keep that man alive.
There it is. It's a
That's
hit.
a hit.
That's a hit. All right. And then we roll some damage, just a little extra as I fall from the sky.
Nice.
Piercing him with that sickle for an additional 10. She just
Nice.
screams. I'm actually really terrified of heights. This was a terrible idea, but I do it anyway. Jack will make it to his retirement.
Collodi Marvolo team, what would you like to do? Oh, did we lose him?
No, I'm still here. All right. So as I'm imagining, as the giant falls off the rampart, Collodi's still kind of attached to his side and goes down with him. As he does so, he sees rain coming down. He goes, "Oh!" and he ducks out of the way. As that happens, Collodi sees this guy, and he looks up at him. I'm gonna move around to like here with my first action. And just kind of inspect his work as he's like kind of like hitting the wall, like hitting the door. I'm like kind of like, buddy, like listen, it doesn't look like it's opening from this side. And eventually I'll kind of like tap him on the back of his knee.
Mm-hmm. You like turn your eyes like, oh.
I'll be like, hey buddy, you got a light?
He's like, wow.
Don't worry, I brought my own. Explode Collodi! As my puppet invention triggers an explosion, which I'm going to enhance to a 10-foot radius, which is going to encompass all 3 of these dudes. So they all need to make reflex saves.
All of them. No.
And then take 10d6 damage.
No. All right. So that's pretty high up there.
I think that'll do it. Yep, that'll do it.
The other 2 are not doing well. They're both prone, and yeah, a
That'll
20
fail.
I believe will fail.
Yep.
And I believe that is also a failure.
That is a fail. The target number they needed to hit was a 28.
Oof. Oh, that was almost a critical failure.
All right, so they take 28 damage apiece. With the guy who made the first save, Stongal, he takes only 14 damage.
Really? Okay, I'll take that.
How they looking?
Hold on. I'm trying to do math. So Strongguard is only took 14, so he is only at 20. No, 25. But the one that Scarlet is driving her daggers like into, as the explosion rockets out, Scarlet, you like lean back on the dagger and use the explosion to just wrench this creature open, exposing its soft, meaty bits, and the explosion takes it out as it hits. Dead.
Nice.
Yes.
So you guys cleared one giant.
What about what about Harun?
Harun is actually still in the mix, but it's coughing up, I guess, gravel, mud. I'm not sure what's on the insides.
It's still blood, I think. Yeah, you watch as Collodi's now standing behind him. He goes, "Oh, good. I got your attention. Let's do this, tough guy." And I sort of rev up my my chainsaw arm on the puppet as once again he gets ready to do battle as he.
Okay. And Malvolo,
yes, and Malvolo is still. Well, like I said, I'm heading to the bridge and I'm looking for like anyone who's injured.
You look around and you do notice that a few of the guards are sitting there. They seemed confused as to why a bridge exploded.
Why are you confused?
but not
I
so
literally
much.
spent all day explaining what we were doing.
We didn't think it would be that kind of an explosion and do all that damage.
This was not a confetti party to celebrate a royal wedding, you imbeciles. Move! I am going to try and pull them away from the bridge a little.
Sure. As you sorry, I got to turn that off. As you kind of move up, you start to pull them back up onto this ridge right here, forcing them into a lower cover. But the center of the bridge is gone, like full on gone. As you look in, you do see some of the cave bears seem to be swimming backwards, like away and trying to get up on the ledge on the opposite side. But you do not see the other stone giant that got yanked in.
1, 2, 3. Okay, stay alert. There's one missing, and that is all I'll do.
Got it. All right, my stone giant with the explosion is going to turn around and swing on Kalodi.
Come on! oh God, no! My mouth was bigger than my will.
Launches into Clody, knocking Clody back 10 feet.
All right. I'm okay. Some oil.
And its job is not so much as to destroy Clody as it is to get into this gate. And it's going to then turn around and swing on the gate.
Before he does, can Kalodi say something?
Yes.
As he does so, he says, "You know, I just had a word with your mother. She said you should stop taking her for granted."
Oh God.
Boo. Boo. Boo that here.
I'm gonna try and provoke him away from the. I'm trying to provoke him away from the door. Make him. I also give him the middle finger. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna give him it anyway.
So he smashes into it, and now this one door, large wooden gate, has like collapsed in on one side. So one side's hanging open. Just the only reason why it's still up is the locks are holding it in place at that point. It turns around and it is going to just hurl a rock now at Clody. It's just like, I'm tired. I don't want to hear you anymore. It's going to pick up some of the rocks. It hits Clody.
All right.
For another 18 points of damage. Clody is still up, by the way.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, also, did we increase Clody's hit points from the level up?
Did Clody not get hit point increase?
That's okay. I'll check on it. That's fine. Keep going.
My guards go, but they all move back. Guard Jack sees Rain. Inspired by Rain, will follow and actually live a long life. They're going to jump off and try to help Rain.
Get the kill, Jack. Get the kill.
If Jack gets the kill, this is going to be epic. I'll level Jack up.
Come on.
He critically failed as he jumps. He's an old man. He's not a young spry person.
Jack.
He critically fails and falls prone. As he like lands, the creature kind of like turns. And he's not like an adventurer, right? Like he's not 100% sure on what he's doing. So he lands, he falls on the giant, falls off the giant, and falls prone on his turn. Guard Sam, seeing everyone jump, Guard Sam's gonna take the stairs. There are stairs, like fairly close. And he's gonna just take the stairs. So he's gonna spend 2 actions. He's gonna come outside, and he's behind the gate and he's prepping himself for the invasion. So he takes a defensive stance. As that comes to the end of the round, my dragon goes, and I was granted so much stuff, right, by our chat. I would like to use my stuffs, all my stuffs.
Oh.
Speaking of stuff that were given by chat, you missed one.
What did I miss? So we were magic item from DM Stretch, and it was let me see what it is. The Mizium Mortar, and it is it's a tube, and it's about 2 feet long, 6 inches in diameter, and an enhanced metal alloy. It sprays for 1 action in a 30-foot cone fire damage. So it's basically a burning hand. That's pretty cool. Or you can expend all 3 charges, and in a 20-foot radius, you create a cylinder of like fire everywhere. So that was created. Who wants that? Who was given that one, Michael?
I don't believe there was a specific person given it, but it can go to anyone.
I'll take it.
Collodi. No. Yeah. Okay.
It does sound very Collodi like. We'll give it to Collodi. I feel like that's a solid Collodi item. So thank you very much, DM Stretch, and I have all this power now. I feel empowered. So I'm gonna save my Wrath ability. I have so many of them. I have almost all of them. So I'm gonna use the one. I'm gonna mess with the environment. As a dragon is coming, and it makes only logical sense, dragons are made out of the pure elemental forces. I'm going to use my rune, and it now creates a terrible thunderstorm where lightning strikes randomly across the fields of battle over the city. The dragon is pulling in so much natural energy. That on the start of the round, we're going to roll a d6 and we'll see where it lands. If it lands in your area, right? So group A, so that's Nexon, you're 1. Nexon is 1. And then the other group, Marvolo, no, not Marvolo, would be 2. So Scarlet and Rain and Collodi is 3. And then so if I roll a 1, it happens in Nexon's area. A 2, it happens in Marvolo. 3 in Scarlet and Rain area. And if that happens, then we'll lightning strikes you.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna do that. We're gonna make it a little bit more intense. With that, we got 4 more rounds until the gates are breached. And
Oh yeah.
So what did you spend just then?
Wrath
room.
Wrath room. Yeah.
So
The Wrath room.
Did the dragon get within range?
The dragon is coming now. Nexon, as it flies overhead and starts to rain down some energy. First, let me see who's gonna get the lightning. It's a Nexon spot. Makes sense. Works. It checks. It all checks. As the dragon kind of comes around, lightning strikes. Nexon, please make a reflex save. I'm not just gonna hit you with straight up lightning. Awesome. 26 is pretty good. So you will 4 points of electrical damage to Nexon. As she raises her wand and fires a web. So go web, go, Spider-Man style. Shoots out onto the dragon. It erupts The dragon, confused as it kind of like comes around its wings, and you kind of driving it down towards the ground to land this creature. Just put this on the board now. Did that work? Come on. There you go. As this large creature drops onto, it now roars in rage as it is landed on top of a building, furious to have been pulled down to the ground. Looking around, trying to see what creature is so brazen to attack an elemental beastie. It's just going to make a perception check to see if it notices you. It has web in its face, so it's not 100% sure where you are currently, but it is your go. The web just goes off, yanks this creature down. Lightning strikes the roof you're on, causing you to take a bit of a damage, but good thing you insulated your soles of your feet.
Nexon is going to pull out a little kind of charm that has just kind of the swirling darkness in it, and snap it and shoot out chilling darkness at the dragon. So and I miss. That's awesome. Right, cool. That's not good. And then it's pretty far away. I'm just gonna cast shield on myself again.
That makes sense. I'll go with that. It's pretty solid. Would you like to get off the roof?
Yes.
Okay. We'll say it's part of your turn. You kind of come down off the roof, and you're now on the streets, kind of underneath some of the building to make sure that like you're taking a bit of a cover. Scarlet, what would you like to do? The giant you're standing on is no longer with the living.
I was wondering if I could heal Kolodi.
Heal Kolodi, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So you cast heal on Kolodi.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. You only meant to do one. But there you go, Kolodi. As magical energy whips into your body, you feel better. Your gears kind of go back into place. Your oil starts to go back into I guess the pistons, and you have healed Kolodi. You have one more action because that one takes up a lot of your energy to like focus it. Scarlet, what would you like to do? You can move to a different map. You now see the dragon that was flying has landed somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help Nexon.
There you go. As you kind of run off and head into the other location, trying to find where Nexon is, you kind of come around the corner and you could see a dragon on a roof, and you're just like, oh.
Whoop. Okay.
Cool. Guard Will. Seeing you take off, Guard Will is going to spend their action to kind of follow you. They are going to spend all 3 of their actions to follow. Will said he wasn't going to leave you. Will's a man of his word.
Yeah, we pinky swear, so.
You did pinky swear. My bears go. They're unbearable. They're going to swim back. And they actually now make landfall behind the exploded bridge. Bill's going to come down and take up a defensive position at the bottom and kind of come out, see the dead giant, kick it a little bit, and now he's going to stand out there, sword raised, shield raised. Dragon goes. What up, Dragon? Why is my dragon gonna? My dragon has to see if they could find you guys, first off. Okay, Dragon. Let's do this. Me and you, Dragon. We got this. So the first action is going to try and sight his enemies. All right. With 39, he will be able to notice who casted the web. And also, a guard comes tumbling around the corner, making a lot of clickety-clack sounds in their heavy armor. The dragon roars with rage. We'll spend an action to try to break the web with an athletics check, but I'm going to assume I will make the check. I'm going to say, does it? And yeah, the dragon breaks it. And then I can't use that. Can't use that. The dragon takes up speed and starts to run and then launch itself into the air. Wings now open. It's now circling. It's about 60 feet up off of the ground. And that's the dragon's turn. Not a big turn, but the dragon's free, able to do stuff. Laying prone is going to stand. My hill giant. Next, Harun. He's going to stand.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, he finally stands up. As he starts to stand, Rain's on his chest. He's going to like push you off. So he's going to make an athletics check to like push you off of him.
He can try.
And try. I'm going to say with a 38, he pushes Rain off of him, knocking Rain to the ground. As he stands, the craziest thing happens, Rain.
Oh no.
Guard Jack. All the guards actually have attack of opportunity, which is very rare.
What?
So yeah, all the
Jack.
guards have attack of opportunity.
I'm so proud of him. Get your opportunity. This is your moment of redemption.
Guard Jack is going to take his swing with his sword.
Come on, come on, come on.
This might or might not be the victory that
Critical! It's huge! You did it! You!
The new MVP of the game.
Yeah, that's it. He's done it.
Oh my god.
All right. Unfortunately, it looks like he didn't kill the giant.
He got it down to 3 hit points with that.
Oh, because he rolled a 3 and a 1.
Yeah, a 3
But
and
hold
a
on,
1.
we do still have the crit cards.
We do have a crit card.
Yes,
Rain,
come
you
on.
get to choose because your guards. You inspired Guard Jack. Guard Jack's
Yes.
inspired by you.
You've got this, Jack. A 5. I'm 5 for Jack. Come on.
All right, here we go. What
Can't
weapon is he
believe
using?
that.
He's using a bastard sword. All right, that
Bastard
is a
sword.
slashing weapon. Unfortunately, it only deals damage to the armor. Applying damage to the armor breaks it.
Oh, so it lowers its AC. Nice.
Fair.
Guard Jack takes his opportunity. He sights the moment, smashes the creature, throws everything he has into it, gets that nat 20, slams the creature with his blade.
Could I
Haroon,
could I have a moment with Jack for a second?
yes, you may.
All right. Jack brushes his hair back as he takes off his helmet, and he looks up and he says, "There's only two things I know how to do: climb beanstalks and mess up giants. They call me Jack." Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be the guy who kills a giant. I was like, this is the NPC.
Yeah! I love him now. He is my favorite. I will take leadership
Yeah.
and claim him as my own.
So, one action to push Rain off, one action to stand, proccing the attack of opportunity. He has one. The giant has one more action, and he is going. He is going to try and kick Jack. He's going to back heel Jack away from him.
Oh, you monster.
He is a monster. It's a critical hit on Jack.
No! Well,
Maybe.
he might be okay. He is not okay.
Jack is dying.
Jack is...
No!
Jack's...
No. Is he really?
Jack is at dying.
You also have a critical effect.
Let's go for it 2.
1, 2. And this is bludgeoning damage.
Yes. It's his big old stinky foot.
All right, you got Skull Crush.
Oh no!
What?
The target is stupefied 3 until he is healed.
So Jack is bleeding out the head as this giant just kicks him, like mule kicks him, and sends Jack flying behind and backwards. Poor guard Jack. He was only 3 days away from retirement.
No!
No. No.
Stupefied. Dang. Oof. That's its turn. It had to stand, and you guys did the most to this poor creature. My guards go that aren't on this map. Rain, it's your go. What would you like to do?
First of all, I am going to avenge Jack.
Yes.
I go straight in for this attack, fully angry and fierce. No one does that to Jack. It's a miss. I'd like to use the. I had a
Inspiration.
Inspiration
Yes.
that I haven't used yet.
Yeah,
won't
actually,
give
you've
me
got-
inspiration.
You've got 2 inspirations.
I hope I don't have to use them all. Here's one of them. I'm going to use another one.
All right. You're out of inspirations.
This is my last inspiration. Yeah, okay,
Oh.
You have 2 hero points and a nat 20.
I'm gonna use one of my hero points. I
There you
want to
go.
avenge Jack. This is the only thing I really want to do. Come on, for Jack.
One.
There it is.
Yay!
Ah.
If I do nothing else.
Come on.
And that will
Yay.
take down
Yes.
Harum.
We're just slicing, missing the first couple of times until I go in with that final sickle, swiping him away at that ankle where he had originally hit Jack. That's where I'm making that full connection, pushing him to the ground. There we go.
All right. You got 2 more actions.
I lean down at Jack.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't go. And I am going to heal him.
Yes.
I am going to heal Jack. I can restore 1d8
Alright.
Yes. Yes. 1d8 of healing for Jack.
We'll give you 2d8 because that's pretty epic. You're helping out an NPC.
Take that. Oh, it already rolled it for me. Oh, okay. Sweet. 12. Plus then the extra d8, so the additional 4. There we go. Then 16.
16
That
points.
rolls right.
Yay!
16 health points for Jack. You have to get up. This isn't your time yet. You have to retire. We got you a cake.
Did we?
Jack's eyes flutter and open wide as Rain's kind of just pumping him full of primal life energy. He goes, oh, my head, and he just touches his head, and you could see he has like blood, and he's just, oh, did we win?
We got one. We got one victory. We're going to get more. You have to get up on your feet. You're going to be all right. You have to help us. Come on. Come on. This is it. This is your final battle. You're going to go out with a fight.
As Rain, you kind of like lift him to his feet. He like stands up and he like puts his hand on his lower back and he says, too old for this shit. And then he starts to move forward with you. And he takes up a defensive stance, raising his shield and his sword.
Perfect.
All right. Marvolo, Collodi, what would you two like to do?
Collodi's looking at Rain and looking at Jack going, "What's the matter with you?" He walks over, he says, this guy's not ready to fight. Come here, you! As he walks over to Jack. Mm-hmm. And basically you watch as Collodi disassembles and reassembles over the top of Jack in that compartment. So Collodi basically fits over Jack like a suit of armor, and he goes, "There, now you're ready to kick some ass. Hey, buddy, I'm talking to you."
And he's just dumbfounded by what has happened.
All right, and with Jack, actually he'll also take off his head because he has to take off his head to do the whole thing. He's gonna like put the head like kind of in his backpack, as it were, so Jack's head can pop out of its chest, and he's gonna use that chainsaw again and just sort of with one big attack try and hit this colossal pain in the buttocks. And I'm gonna overdrive it as well.
Nice.
Critical hit. Critical hit. That is 45 damage.
Yeah, you kind of unload into this creature. What? I don't even. There's no amount of words can be expressed as to how much damage you just did.
Yeah, 45. It's right there.
Yeah. As the chainsaw kind of like rips into his back, sending rocks every which way. So that's a lot. He's rough. He's leaking mud everywhere. Right? That's now I don't know what's inside of them. Blood, mud. It's viscous. It's every which way. The creature roars in rage. It's and you still have one more action. What would you like to do, Marvolo?
So with Malvolo, I'm gonna only take one action, spending 2 actions to command Collodi, which is to move Malvolo towards where I heard the dragon. Because
nice.
No. Actually, I'm gonna patrol the waterways. I'm gonna try and make sure, like, because that missing giant's concerning me as well. But yeah, then Collodi's gonna get a 3rd action, which is gonna be his attack again. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna burn my hero point.
There you go.
I'm gonna take it. All right, here we go. Come on. In.
Oh, so close.
So close. All right, that's all I'll do. Oh wait, no, I got an inspiration as well earlier on, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I feel like I did.
Use it.
I did. I'm going to use it now. All right. Third time's the charm. Do not fumble.
Oh,
What did I just say?
well, that was a big.
What did I just say? What did I just say? What did I say? Did I just
You
say?
just ate dirt, sir.
I did. I hope I don't kill Jack while he's in me.
If you.
I'm gonna go with one. Just gonna go with one. Wah! That is. What's this? Let's see. I take 1 persistent bleed damage.
Jack takes 1 persistent bleed damage.
No. That's okay. I can fix that next round.
You're like, I can make that better.
I can make it better. My bad. So basically, I forget that he's in me, and Collodi's actually fully like 360-degree joints. So I actually twist my waist like 360 degrees for a backslash, and you just hear inside Jack goes, ah! Oh, sorry, my bad. I forgot you humans and your bones.
In your bones.
Surprise.
Surprise.
I'm sorry. That's my bad. Okay, don't worry about it. Forget about it.
Okay, so now we have my giant's turn. Full of rage, bleeding out. He's going to turn around and he is going to club Collodi. I don't know how this works with another person inside, so we'll see what happens.
Of course it does.
I'm going to say it hits both of them. Hold on a second. I have to.
Well, I feel like the nature of it is that I would be functioning as the armor and stuff like that. So I would be happy to take my damage and the old man's damage.
Got it. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. Because I got hit points now. I'm not working off level 9 hit points.
That's true. Wow, I did terrible on rolling damage on you now. So that's 1 action. 2 action, he's going to try and like push you back, like knock you, like push you away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's just the crit, by the way. It's 1 more lot of damage for Jack's damage.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
There you go.
Still alive.
So now he's going to take an action to like just, try and like knock you off of him so that he could like keep working on this door. That not roll? There you go. I'm going to say that beats your fortitude there to push you back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So he knocks you back 10 feet. And then with his last action, he is going to turn around and swing on that door. All right, and that will hit. I'm only rolling to see if he critically fails, and then that changes what's going on. Slams on the door. This one actually knocking it kind of loose. And guard Jack's turn. He's inside Collodi. Picks Collodi up from prone. Looks Rain in the eyes. And rushes at the giant. He misses his first swing.
God.
Second
Jack.
swing. Critically fails. As this one actually, the giant blocks it and breaks the blade.
The hammer?
Yeah.
Which his father gave to him as a graduation present when he
Of
first
course.
joined the academy.
It was being lazy. Sam's gonna throw. He could see the giant throw his hammer, and he fails too. The guards, they had their moment in the sun, and that was it. They are out. It is the bottom of the round. I gotta roll a d6 to see where the lightning goes. All right. On a 5, it does not strike any of my players. But it does strike into the city, causing mayhem. Now, Nexon, what would you like to do?
Okay, so the dragon is 60 feet up in the air.
Yes, he has taken a loft.
Cool. I have nothing that will hit. Great.
Who ended up with that mortar, by the way?
Claudie has the mortar.
Do I? Because I already have the catapult. Could we perhaps say that Nexon might have it?
Sure, Nexon, you have the mortar.
Okay, so I guess I will. I guess I'll use that.
Oh, okay. So it has 3 charges, right?
Yeah. Sorry,
Sorry.
I didn't write down any of the stats for that, so I don't know.
You're perfectly fine. It has 3 charges, and you could say I'm going to use a charge. It'll hit something 60 feet away from you, and then I have to make a dex save, or basically it just does 5d6 fire damage. Or you could use all 3, and it basically does like a larger explosion, and it's just kind of like an explosion.
Oh, that seems silly to use fire against a dragon. I guess, yeah, Nexon probably wouldn't know, so I'll try and run up like under the dragon to get close enough.
Oh, nice.
I'll use it.
Awesome. So as Nexon rushes up and you pull the bottom, right? Like in my head, it's kind of like a tube, and you yank the bottom of the tube. You rip it open, and it fires up, and it's more of like a flare, like a very large flare, and there's now an audible Scarlet Year as this mortar just fires up. The dragon needs to make a reflex save. Did my dragon not make a reflex save? It chose not to. Oh, the dragon does not save. DC 25. Nexon, roll 5d6.
Oh, hey.
As this jumps up and it takes damage, you notice it kind of fires up into the belly of the dragon, dealing damage actually, and it's more of like and it lights up the belly. And the dragon roars in pain, realizing that a little person has run underneath it and fired a mortar into its belly. You still have one more action. What would you like to do? You could pull the tab again and have it go again. You have 3 of those.
Yeah, I'll pull again.
Nice. So pulling this tab again on the belly of the beast. Oh my goodness, it failed again. I was rolling hot earlier. Another 5d6.
Haha, take that.
For another 12 points of damage. The dragon, like at this point, realizes what's going on, starts to claw as its stomach. And you've fired twice onto this dragon, and it seems to be effective. It's more or less like burning at the dragon. Scarlet, you're here. You see Nexon has courageously run under the dragon and just fired off on this beast. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna use Holy Cascade again on the big guy.
Nice. So looking around, you find yourself with some water, and you throw your. Oh my goodness, my dragon failed. So it is a chaotic evil creature, so the positive damage does work. So it does 3d6 plus 66 positive. You have one more action, Scarlet. What would you like to do?
What can I do? Can I throw another? Can I use another spell, or is it too much?
Well, you had to kind of look for your water, so you could move to take up like a defensive position, kind of like move around and try and find a spot where it'd be safe, or get a little closer to Nexon for your holy magic in case a dragon decides to blow fire as they do.
I'm gonna move behind guard wheel and under the kind of roof. Yeah.
Got it. So you kind of like move behind Will, and Will sees you doing this, and his ego gets a little bigger. He's like, yeah, I'm protecting you. Yeah, that's my job. I am guard Will. And it's guard Will's turn. Will, seeing you do that, he kind of raises his shield and lets out a roar as he rushes forward. And he is going to throw his hammer. He's going to try and hit this dragon. He misses badly. Actually, he just throws it up, and it goes up. And like when a little kid throws a ball up and it doesn't go that high, and it just comes like right back down at them. That's what happens. It seemed a lot more epic in his head than it did in the real world. The bears go. They kind of start to muster themselves back. Bill goes. Bill takes up a defensive position around that other giant. And my dragon goes. All right. Oh, man. The dragon unleashes its frightful presence. It's not an action. It's like just kind of happens at this point. So everyone in 90 feet of my dragon needs to make a will save. DC 27, not 37, 27. Or you're scared. You gain the frightened condition. Nexon's scared of nothing ever. That is my assumption at this point.
Yeah, I feel like Nexon so far has just been
Yells back
absolutely
at it.
metal.
Yeah, Nexon's all about it. Will doesn't critically fail, which is a good thing to know, but he does fail. See, where'd you go? Frightened.
Is Scarlet within range?
90 feet. Let me see. Yes, Scarlet is within range. So, Scarlet, if you could please make a will save, yours should be fairly high also. So we'll see how this pans out, but I think you guys. Let's see.
Will is on your front page, Scarlet, on the bottom right-hand side.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was on mute. I did use it, but it didn't register.
Try double-clicking on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
Off the table.
29. And you're not frightened. Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Now the my beastie goes. So the first, it's gonna tail slash at Nexon, because Nexon like underneath it, so its tail comes down and it hits. Its next attack, it's going to claw. No, it's going to have to move down because its tail could reach, but its claw can't. So it now flies down, getting closer to the ground, 30 feet. And as it does, it's going to bite Will. I'm going to say Will didn't make it, as it dealt 71 points of damage to Will, which killed Will. Will got eaten by a dragon. Yeah, by
Is
Will.
he our first casualty?
Yeah.
We'll never forget you, Will.
Yeah. Will, we knew you well.
We're all gonna get Will tattoos at the end of this.
I'm with it. Who is up next? Rain, what would you like to do? There's one guy left. Jack, Collodi, and the other guard, Bill, have kind of surrounded this creature. What would you like to do?
That is a good plan. I like where they're thinking here. He's not doing well, right? So I see the little red dot on him.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna slice away. So using one of my actions to move, and then the other two to attack.
Yes.
Hopefully effectively. It's a hit.
That's gonna be a hit. You got this.
Come on. 12 points of damage.
Is that enough? That's no, he's almost out the game.
I go
One
to hit
more-
him again.
one more hit.
Angry, frustrated. Leave Sandpoint alone. Go home. And I attack him again, throwing my sickle at him, slicing away. Get out of here. And she kind of rage modes. Not a barbarian, but whatever.
Yes.
An angry moose is coming your way.
The creature drops, holding its mallet in its hand as it falls to the ground. Ring, you have one more action. What would you like to do?
Oh gosh, we have to get going. We have to get to that dragon. I will like to use whatever left of my action to move to the dragon. I rally the forces together with me.
All right. Well, Sam's gonna opt to not follow, but definitely Will and Bill
Fine,
will.
Sam. Whatever.
Sam's
Is
a
Jack
jerk.
coming with me? No, Jackson Collodi. Never mind.
Jackson Collodi. So if Collodi goes, Jack goes.
Oh yeah. He's definitely going.
Rain, as you kind of come running, you turn a corner, you rushing through the streets, you turn the corner, and as you turn the corner, a hand reaches out and grabs your shoulder, stopping you from like running directly into the open as there's Scarlet stopping you. You turn the corner, she stops you, you're like, Scarlet, what's going on? And she just points, you turn, and you see Nexon holding like this giant tube that's smoking. She's covered in gore as this dragon just bit the other guard in half. And she's just holding
he has
this.
a name.
Yes, he did have a name. And she's just holding this giant like tube. It's smoking. She's covered in gore, but she's standing like eye level with the dragon at this point, just looking the most metal as possible. Collodi Marvolo, what would you like to do?
All right. So Malvolo is scanning the
water line.
Water line. Have I seen
Yes.
the other giant yet?
Make a perception check at this point.
27.
What you see, a body bloop, kind of floats up, or an arm at this point floats up. It's clearly a stone giant arm.
Oh, he did.
But that's not what. Yes, but that's not what gives you pause. As you look up, you now see massive rafts. As I will burn another one of my sin boons to summon in on water the stone giant general Turakantinus. He was the one leading the force, summoning the. And I will now use my sin boon to bring him in, as he is now leading his fleet. Seeing that His men couldn't get past the easy gates. The bridge has been exploded. A number of boats have exploded. The dragon was pulled out of the air by magic. It's now time for the stone giant general to come forward.
Okay.
As he comes, so that's what you see.
All right. So as Malvolo kind of gets to that location, he kind of takes a moment, and as he does so, he yells out, "Terribly sorry! Sandpoint is closed! Piss off!"
As you say that, the general raises his war pick. It's a giant pick. It's massive. He raises it and he screams, "More prisoners! Bring us your fat, your greedy merchants, and we will spare this city. But ignore us, and I'll burn it to the ground." How you doing there, Marvolo?
Yeah, I had no quip for that. That guy is terrifying. He is a giant. He is a general. He's on a raft. He's heading towards me. I am going to hope that his raft is not well built. Because I'm going to try something that I don't want to, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to dive into the water. I'm going to use a moment to try and craft myself some swimming flippers. And I'm going into the water now.
Okay. You hop into the water after taking a moment to craft, swim gear.
Excellent. I'm going to attempt to hold my breath, and swimming underneath the rafts, I would like to try and disassemble them.
Okay. Are you going for the main raft or the side rafts?
I'll start with whichever one's closest.
Okay, so he is kind of coming up as the stone giant general. He's taking the lead. Make a craft check before you try to disassemble this. Now this is more of a, I want to know if I can even, if this is should I go after his boat or should I go after someone else's boat?
All right. 33.
That's good. That's really good. This one's actually one of the better built boats. The other ones are like flat rafts with just logs, basic rafts, right? They're being pushed by poles. This one is more of like almost, it's a semi-long boat. It's more of like a boat than it is a raft at this point.
Okay.
So not your best option.
I will still do so. I believe in my own skill.
Okay. So please roll, and it's going to be a hard check.
All right. What's a hard check?
Hard. I add 2 to the
more specifically, like in a number wise, is 30 a hard check or is 40 a hard check?
At your level, it's like a 35.
35. Okay.
Yep. The moment I said it, I knew it.
A wizard does not roll higher or lower. He rolls precisely as he means to. I
knew it. As soon as I said it, I was like, he's gonna roll it dead on. So Marvolo, you kind of come up and you reach into your bag and you pull out one of those the hand screws.
Yep.
And you just start to screw holes straight up into the
I kind of imagine these rafts to be the kind of wooden rafts with the lashes on them. I just want to untie the lashes,
just kind of yank them apart.
Yeah,
All right, okay. So you start to yank them apart. His raft starts to collapse, and he starts realizing what's happening. He gets very angry, and starts to stomp around, and you start to sink his boat. So that is your turn. What
cool.
else?
That's it. Kalodi will just chill out for the time being, maybe at the entrance.
Cool. Marvolo, guard Jack, guard Sam, being lazy. And at the end, right, as this giant is now being like dropped into the water, I'm going to use another of my points. Another of my summon points. And
well, actually, you don't have any more summon points. You've used your summon point.
oh, I did use my summon. Yes, that's true. Dang. What do I have left?
You
My
have
last
lust,
two?
you have gluttony, and you've got greed.
Ooh, gluttony.
So enchantment,
Gluttony makes
necromancy, and transmutation.
sense. Yep, necromancy it is.
Yes.
As the giants at the gate have fallen,
Of course.
their bodies start to shake and they start to rise in skeletons. As Marvolo, as you're in the water unscrewing and unlatching these boats, you can see on the shore where the bears have now climbed up, stepping out from the woods, there seems to be a stone shaman. And with that, the group has now entered the second phase of defending Sandpoint. And that is where we will end for today. I want to say thank you very much to the group. You guys are Nexon is crazy badass, the most metal I've ever seen. I loved that. You were like, you know what? It's a dragon. I've dealt with worse. I had a ghost person follow me for a while. So what's a dragon? That was pretty epic. Thank you very much to the chat. You guys have given me so much to play with. This definitely went a lot faster and became way more aggressive than I expected. I want to say thank you very much to my players for hanging out with me. This is a lot of fun. Next week, we'll see how everyone works because now there's a general, a shaman, and a dragon. So that's going to be fun. And I want to say thank you very much to our sponsors, Hero Forge, for the really cool miniatures. Marvolo just showed the lieutenant or the general, the stone giant general. That guy was pretty badass. And we also all have our little miniatures. Ari was showing hers earlier. I'm going to show mine now. He's pretty badass. It's my little miniature. I love my miniature. He hangs out with me. I want to say thank you very much to Sirenscape for the really cool battle music. I like battle music. Music does change the game. I feel like we need like an epic guitar solo for every time Nexon does something. Like, I'm gonna run under a dragon and shoot it with a mortar. But with all that being said, I'm gonna toss it over to my players who I wouldn't be here without guitar solo. Dawn.
Hey folks, I'm Dawn. I play Nexon. When I'm not here, you can find me over at youtube.com/roll4initiative, where I make videos with my partner Ryan all about tabletop RPGs.
And I am Becca Godsey. You can find me here on Twitch at XCausticPhoenix, or if you love some more D&D PvP, you can find us over at D20 Deathmatch as well.
And hi, I'm Ari, and you can find my webcomic Sally and Bean on Instagram and Webtoon. You can find all the links in my link tree, which is in chat. Yeah.
And I'm Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face, and you can find it here a multitude of times during the week. Some exciting news we have on Monday. I will be on Phoenix Iwaki's channel for Jasper's Game Day, along with the wonderful and very talented Becca, as we are going to be playing in a character roulette over there. And then this week we've got 2 Valentine's Day, pre-Valentine's events, which I'm calling foreplay because it's hilarious. One is going to be on Tuesday at 8 a.m. my time, 8 p.m. Monday in the U.S. East Coast, and then the following day at 4 a.m. U.S. Eastern Standard. I'll be over on the Dreaded GM's channel playing in his returning Hallmark Valentine's game. So special events, go check them out. And of course, last but not least, Jared.
Yes, I'm GM Jared from Nothing Ventured, Nothing Game. You can find me on that channel here on Twitch every Wednesday, where we're playing multiple different things, or you just go to my website. It's way easier, nvngpodcast.com. You have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm actually going to be doing a review of I have it right here. Give me 1 second. Oh. The Power Ranger tabletop game.
Rangers!
Yeah. Oh yeah, Power Rangers. I'm excited to get into that. Yeah, so get your morph on. But I'm gonna toss it back to Michael, where Michael likes to raid everyone. So Michael.
Indeed. So we are going to go and raid our friends over at Six Sides of Gaming. Guys, go check these guys out. They're a wonderful and cute little group that chill out, play games, do all the cool stuff. Thank you to our sponsors once again. Thank you to you, our wonderful audience, for all of your kind donations. It's with your kindness that we're able to keep doing this. Come back and join us next week, where we will be continuing this epic battle. And until then, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone!